Wow. Wow, 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 wow. What a Herculean effort it's been just to get online today. I am so sorry it took so long. Actually, I'm still early, but I wanted to go earlier, much earlier, because we had some nice aircraft out and about. So we're just going to kind of roll with this. I kind of screwed up a little bit for today. I was in a hurry to get out of the house, and I forgot my power cords. So I am running on battery power only. So I'm not really sure how long we're going to be able to go today. But, we're going to just kind of roll with it, so to speak. So we're on the north end of the airport. We are capturing departures today, which is unusual for us, especially this time of day. Ideally, I'd like to do this super early in the morning and get the blue hour light. But, today just ended up being one of those days where I got here a little bit later. And so, yeah, we're just going to kind of roll with it. Let me get my roadcaster going here. So we got our air traffic control. So we're going to catch these departing aircraft for as long as we can. I mean, honestly, for as long as we can, because I know I can usually go a couple of hours on the batteries that I've got with me. So there goes our Alaska flight. So we'll see. We'll see how this all pans out. If you tuned into the last live stream, I apologize for that. That was one of those things where I honestly, I'm not really sure what went on, but doesn't matter at this point. So let's see. We've got we got our Bluetooth audio. So we're set up there. Let me just check our audio input sources here. Make sure we're all set up. Bluetooth is on. So what I'm going to do, just sitting here at the airport. So we're not mornings right now. This is this is the evening here. We're at 6:30 p.m. Local time right now. So the flow at the airport actually is determined by the winds, which is normal for pretty much any airport. It really depends. I've been watching the flow all day, and it's all been a north flow. Typically speaking, in Seattle, when we have inclement weather coming in, it will be a south flow. And when we have decent weather, like what we have right now, we are on we're on a north flow. And I figured I've gotten so much content on the south side of the airport, lots of aircraft that are, coming in. I thought, why not do today where we just kind of go on the north side of the field and see what we see. So we're gonna right now, really, I'm just gonna kind of take a look at how things are gonna go as far as the overall aircraft flying overhead. We've had a couple of heavies, and I really wanted to show you guys. Oh, there we go. Okay, we have our Tower East. Okay. I really wanted to show you guys some of we had we had a Alaska 787.
Alaska 553, 132010, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Okay. Clear for takeoff, 34 right, Alaska 553.
Under 033 heavy, tail turn 34 right, line up away, traffic's 10 mile final.
So we're gonna try and basically I'm just gonna try and catch as many aircraft as I can as they're departing here. Right, this is a new one for us.
Delta 1165.
As far as
3 o'clock.
Time of day.
Miles descending out of 1,800 feet, landing Boeing.
And I'm actually kind of having to crouch down to catch these aircraft because literally where I am.
No factor, contact departure, have today.
By the time the aircraft get above me, most of them, not the heavies, but the smaller aircraft,
Super 49 Heavy,
And they're up at like 1,300 feet. So I was watching them this morning, and it was, I was like, what's going on here? Why are we, why are we, doing this north flow, and why are these aircraft getting so high? But, it's just normal.
Runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 34 right, clear for takeoff, Condor 033 Heavy.
So I'm going to try, I got to try here. I'm going to try and switch over to my flight radar back and forth. I am
34 right, 106 Fox.
not planning to hook up my flight radar view today,
553 traffic,
just because I'm kind of limping along a little bit.
Boeing.
But
okay, looking for
nevertheless, we
Alaska
should get
553.
plenty of activity here. So, all right. What's up, Parker? How's it going, man? Long time no see.
Seabird 49 Heavy, cautionary terms to be a heavy Airbus
Let's
departure.
see, pop out chat. There we go. And we're gonna break that guy out. No. Oh no, what did it do?
533 traffic no or 553 traffic no factor, contact departure, good day.
Okay.
Copy, over to departure, Alaska
I'm still learning
553,
the
yeah.
ins and outs of beta iOS 27. Oh, here we go. We got a heavy here. Condor. Oh, my absolute favorite airline. I just don't get the stripes. I don't understand the stripes. But
Virgin 106
I'm in the minority.
Heavy,
I know.
cautionary terms to the previous heavy departing Airbus, wind 35010, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Okay, so
Takeoff
where
34
are we?
right, 106
Exactly.
Fox.
We're on the north
Condor
side of the
033
field.
Heavy, contact departure.
Departure, Condor 033 Heavy, bye-bye.
So the north side of the field, we're along the
34 right.
Hold 34 center, hold short 34 right, southwest 35.
we are
16, cross runway 34 center,
aligned
Juliet, hold
with
short runway 34 right.
runway 34 right.
Hold short 34
So
right.
this is going to be a fairly busy evening.
Southwest 4769, Echo, cross runway 34 center, hold short runway 34 right.
At Echo, cross the center, hold short 34 right, southwest 4769.
So I'm going to keep an eye on the chat over here. I just won't be, it's not going to be showing our flight radar. But you guys can look up flight radar on your own. You can tell me what's coming too. Come on, we'll move that over. There we go. Just so I can see the chat.
Last 510, Seattle Tower, Charlie, cross runway 34 center, hold short runway 34
Just not
right.
a fan, man. It's just,
center, hold short 34 right.
especially that mustard. Okay, what's coming up next here? Oh, we've got Virgin A330, which is right there.
Alaska 391, visual.
On to Heathrow.
Last 391, Seattle Tower, run 35010, runway 34 right, clear land, cautionary turns to be a heavy 777 departing.
Okay, cleared clear land 34 right, Alaska 391.
Virgin 106, Foxtrot, heavy traffic 2 o'clock, 2 miles.
So as that bird passed over,
landing point.
they're already at 1,500 feet. So that just gives you an idea.
C-5381, heavy Seattle Tower, traffic 10 mile final, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 34 right, down on C-5381 Heavy.
So you're listening to the ATC app. That's how I'm getting my ATC feed into the stream. If you haven't tried that out, actually it's pretty cool.
Right, 5339, cross runway 34 right, taxi.
It's a little bit more reliable than liveatc.net, at least right now. So if you haven't checked that out,
Super 49 heavy right.
I don't
right,
make any money off of
7.
saying that. I just noticed it's giving me a far more reliable connection to ATC. As a matter of fact, I was running it through like Thursday night all the way through today on my iPad, just rock solid the whole time, absolute whole time. Pretty awesome. Okay, so what we have coming up next? Oh, China Airlines cargo. I saw this dude.
Cross 34 right, contact ground south. 34 right, contact ground southwest 3566.
Landing. So this is Seattle to Taipei. This is cargo at 5381. China Airlines cargo 5381. They're going to be. They've taken the active and. I don't have any. Ground speed is 1 knot, so I'm not quite ready yet. So we're going to hang out here on the north side of the field. I figured.
One heavy, 13410, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 34 right, down at C-5381 Heavy.
Southwest 784 Echo, cross runway 34 center, hold short runway 34 right, you can occupy the center.
Alright, we'll cross 34 center at Echo and hold short 34 right, Southwest 474.
So this is a 777
heavy ground point
freighter, so it looks like it's a modified 200 series. Hard to tell. It was made only 3 years ago, but this looks like it. Well, 777F, I believe, is based on the 200 variant. Does not look like a 300 or a 300ER. I can stop my lens down. There we go. Hope everybody's having a great evening, depending upon where you are. Evening, morning, midday, nighttime. Here we are. 777F.
Alaska 1381, traffic's on a 3 mile final, Kilo, cross runway 34 right, Bravo 55 ramp.
Okay, cross 34 right, Kilo for Alaska 1381.
Iceberg.
IC 5381 heavy, contact departure.
Contact departure, good day.
Departure. Kind of got a Boston accent. Definitely not from Boston.
Guys, 4124 November, cross runway 34 center, hold short runway 34 right.
Yeah, North Flow is what it is. Not much I can do about that. But, you know, this is a kind of an interesting spot to be in, especially for the takeoffs, because,
yes,
you know, that 777, as they flew over, so that was a pretty decent height to catch them.
Center, hold short runway 34 right.
I'm just, I
I
think I set my tripod a little bit too low, so I look like,
That's 127 Tango, November.
it just looked weird. I'm like I'm squatting when I'm getting the camera angle way up. It's kind of funny.
Right, Skyway 127 Tango.
Sun Country 286, cross runway 34 right, line up and wait, traffic will cross.
Line and wait, 3.
Yeah, I'm not going to catch any landing aircraft. I mean, I just
391, right, Lima, Bravo 55 ramp.
I see some aircraft way out there. You could probably see them too. Unfortunately, my lens, I brought my nighttime lens with me, which has, if you're a nerd at all with cameras and lenses, it is an f1.2 75 millimeter. And with Sony's technology, you can kind of get it up to maybe 100 millimeters, but you're, that's about as far as I'm going to get with this lens. But I brought this lens specifically so I could do low light. Hopefully I last until it's low light. I don't know at this point.
4124, cross runway 34 right, contact ground.
Cross 34 right, contact ground, Skyway 4124.
All right.
That's 41, Skywest 127 Tango, keep the speed up, cross runway 34 right, and Bravo to the gate, contact ramp.
Okay, we'll keep the speed up, cross 134 right, Bravo to the gate, contact ramp, Skywest 127 Tango.
Oh, got a couple of arriving aircraft here. Let me switch over real quick. I'm just going into my comments section, so give me 1 second here. Monday evening here in Seattle, I can't really complain. You know what? It's been so far.
1574 Seattle Tower, Juliet,
it's been just an amazing day, you know, as far as weather-wise. A little windy. You might be able to hear it. I'm not really sure.
1574.
Yeah, North Flow is a little bit different here. It just, you know, we're facing south, like we're really kind of facing southwest at the moment, where the camera angle is. And what's interesting is you can see those are the planes that are landing on 3-4 left. Now, normally, yeah, 3-4 left. If I was here on a day like today, I would be catching those planes from the south side of the airport. It's only about a 10-minute drive,
runway
give or take.
34 right, cleared for takeoff.
And it's fine. I mean, it's a great shot. I mean, the planes are literally right over you as they're on their short final. The only problem is that you can't catch them landing. So it's kind of like, you know, I guess it's the same here. You can only catch them after they've rotated. But supposedly the observation deck that they opened up at Seattle International is the best spot to watch these days. I just need to test how far they're willing to let me go with the amount of gear that I bring in through security, because it's a lot. All right, let's see what's coming up here. So we've got the Sun Country heading to Minneapolis.
Last 372.
They should be fairly high by the time they.
34 right, clear for takeoff.
So we got this weird window, and you've seen this before if you've been here when we've had a south flow, but we have this weird like window between two trees. Here's our Sun Country flight.
Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Up wait, 34 right, Alaska 2.
And
Sun Country 286, contact departure to flight.
What's interesting about this one is that, see, like it's just gonna clear the treetop there, so it's not a bad shot. Yeah, not bad at all. See you later, bud. If you haven't watched the stream from the World Cup Exodus yet, which is the last stream I did, a week ago, you should watch it. It's just kind of fun.
Runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
I went back and rewatched it, and I realized that there was a Nike aircraft, the Nike corporate jet was there. Of course, we saw the Paris Hilton jet.
Runway 34 right.
All right, this is Seattle to Austin.
34 right, line up and wait, envoy 4035.
Max 9.
Last 372, report the departed 737, 12 o'clock, 2.8 miles, climbing out of 3,000 in sight.
Traffic inside Alaska 372.
372, maintain
Hey, what's up, Mickey? Thanks for joining in.
Turn right over the mountains, contact departure complete.
We'll maintain visual separation, contact departure now. Thanks, Alaska 372.
Envoy 4035, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, envoy 4035.
So, Mickey, do you have an opinion about them calling it this Seattle International instead of Seattle-Tacoma International now? Just curious. All right, so this is, this guy's going to Hawaii.
34 center, November, hold short of runway 34 right.
November, clear across 34 center, short of 34 right, Delta 2572.
Skywest 3857, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, November, hold short of runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center at November, hold short 34 right, Skywest 3857.
Last 237, contact departure to flight.
Last 237, good day.
All right.
Last 284, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 34 right, Alaska 284.
So, okay, so Alaska 284, which is just clear for takeoff, is going headed up to Fairbanks. There they are. Oh, wait, no, this is our American flight. This is American flight. Yeah, this is going to Phoenix. As I said on today's stream on Pipstream, Parker, not a fan of that plane. Too many of them out there. They're like gnats. Okay, so our Alaska flight headed to Fairbanks is now on the takeoff roll. Should be popping up any moment here. Hope everybody's having a good time. Enjoying the stream. Been working all day, and I figured I'd come out here towards the end of the day and just kind of enjoy the weather, enjoy the aircraft, share it with you guys. Coming back down. All right, coming up next on the takeoff roll is a 737-900 headed to Kansas City. Some good barbecue up in there. There they are. One of the things that's cool about being in this spot, flight radar is just a tad bit behind the actual ADS-B that what I'm seeing live, which is fine.
Envoy 4035, maintenance frequency, traffic 12 o'clock.
But
2.8 miles, last 737 out of 3,300.
Just as I'm seeing them on takeoff roll,
across runway 34 center at Echo, hold short of runway 34.
I get a chance to catch them just popping out from behind the trees here. All right, next up. Oh, this is a UNCF liveries as Alaska 388 headed to Minneapolis.
Last 500, cross runway 34 right at Echo, then contact ground, traffic in position.
Cross 34 right at Echo and over to ground, Alaska.
That's that Alaska off in the distance. It's
cross
crossing.
runway 34 right at Hotel, then contact ground, traffic in position.
I've been recording this whole time on my camera. It's going to be like a 20 gigabyte file.
3057, cross runway 34 right at November, then contact ground, traffic in position.
Cross 34 right at November, contact ground, Scout 3857.
Westjet 1552, cross runway 34 right at Echo, then contact ground, traffic in position.
Cross 34 right and on Echo, sorry, and then ground, Westjet 1552.
Class 284, contact departure.
Class 64,
contact departure to flight.
All right. So, going to be on the that flight, the 737-900 is going to be on the takeoff roll pretty soon.
Class 36, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 34 right, Alaska 386.
Here we go.
2302, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, horizon 2302.
So if you've been watching this stream at all, so I really didn't start live streaming since I don't know, I started maybe in March. I did a little bit through October, but if you know anything about the Pacific Northwest, aviation between October and basically April is kind of a crapshoot as far as catching anything without getting completely soaking wet or freezing your butt off. So, this is the perfect time of year, but you can notice, look out in the distance, the grass looks brown. It is. There hasn't been a whole lot of rain here, and that's just kind of part and parcel. Actually, almost for the entire West Coast, it's like that.
Horizon 2302, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
There's our special livery.
34 right, clear for takeoff. Right.
Head out to Minneapolis.
478, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 34 right, Alaska 478.
Class 386, contact departure to flight.
Departure, Alaska 386, good night.
So really, it's just painted a lot of black.
Good night, 1801, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, November, hold short of runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center, November, hold short 34 right.
Okay, I got it. Thanks for everybody for joining in. Really appreciate it. It's kind of a last-minute thing for me today. I wasn't planning on coming out here, but the weather, it's hard. It's really hard to not come out here when the weather's good because I know what's coming in a few months. I know what's coming.
478,
okay, so what we got here is a 175 headed over to Portland.
Class 791, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
See how high they are already?
Class 791, Seattle Tower.
Yeah, they're at 1,000 feet at the moment, at least according to the flight radar.
Runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right.
I'd say by the time they're beam us, they're 1,500 feet. But we can still get a pretty decent view of them.
2302, contact departure to flight.
Contact departure, horizon 2302.
So we had this past week we had an Anton. The remaining 124 was here. It was up at Payne Field, and then it went down to Boeing Field, and of course I missed it because I was working. You could probably see lots of video of it, but that's that was a visitor that was kind of cool to have here. All right, what's our flight here? This is Seattle, Las Vegas, 737-800.
Alaska 791, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 34 right, Alaska 791.
So you can see they're stacking them. They got a busy departure. If you're on flight radar, you probably can see all the planes stacked up.
Cross runway 34 center at Juliet, hold short of runway 34 right.
All right. Let's see here. I'm going to just do something real quick. Hey, you know what? You know what would be really great? I am so sorry. Why didn't anybody say anything? How about this? How about some audio from the airplanes? Nobody said anything. You guys, come on, pay attention.
2.8 miles climbing out of 3,500 in sight. They will turn left down to Portland.
I got the E-175. We're looking for the Pilatus. Alaska 478.
Class 478, maintain visual separation from the E-175.
All right, so next flight.
Visual separation from the 175, Alaska 478.
This is 737 MAX 9, headed to San Francisco.
Class 478, the Pilatus is well below you, no factor. Contact departure flight.
Or departure, Alaska 478. Tower Delta 871 on the visual, 34 right.
Delta 871,
there we
Seattle
go.
Tower, caution wake turbulence, a heavy Airbus 330 is departing, runway 34 right, cleared to land.
Cleared land, 34 right, Delta 871.
Control aircraft, India's current hourly weather, wind 3309er, altimeter 3003. Flat 791, remain on this frequency, traffic off your right is a Pilatus out of 700 inbound to Boeing.
Wilco, last 791.
Okay, now we got some aircraft audio. That's what I wanted. Okay, who is up next? Oh, we got a Delta Heavy. You know what? We haven't done the Heavy yet because we haven't had one. Let's do that.
Well below you, no factor.
Charlie Fox, Charlie Sierra, Papa with the traffic.
Here it comes! Get ready for the Heavy!
Sorry about that. I'm a little bit rusty on my buttons. Anyway, okay. So this is a 330-900 headed out to Paris. And they are on the roll. 150 knots. There they are.
Traffic's 3 1/2 mile final. Cross runway 34 right. Turn right on Bravo. Taxi to your gate. Contact ramp.
Cross 34 right. Turn right Bravo. Ramp United 1801.
Class 443. Cross runway 34 right. And contact ground. Traffic's 3 mile final.
Cross 34 right and contact ground. Alaska 443.
Skywest 3968. Cross runway 34 center. November. Hold short of runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center, November, short 34 right, Skywest 3968.
356, Seattle Tower,
all right,
cross
there
runway
you go.
34 center at Juliet, hold short of runway
Have
34
fun.
right.
Juliet, cross 34 center, hold short 34 right, Alaska.
Back at it.
Skywest 3082, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, November, hold short of runway 34 right.
At November, cross 34 center, hold short 34 right, Skywest 3082.
Delta 80 Heavy, contact departure to flight.
Switching, good day, Delta Heavy.
Can we hit 300 subscribers tonight? I think we might be able to. That'd be cool. For our little baby channel. Only got 8 to go. Okay, so we have a Seattle flight to Anchorage is coming up next. At least it looks like they are. They're pointed at another. That's ADOSB. Sometimes it's just wigs out. Landing is from Salt Lake City. Okay. So next flight, yeah, 737-900 headed to Anchorage. And for those of you who are just joining in,
Last 661, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Line up
so
and wait 34 right, Alaska 661.
for some reason, I think I rushed out of the house or the traffic was bad and I wanted to get down here as quickly as possible. Long story short, I didn't bring all my power cables with me, so I am running completely off of battery. So it
Delta
is.
871,
We're going to
right,
roll
Lima,
as
Bravo,
long as the
contact
batteries hold
Red
up.
Deer Lima, Red Deer
So
Bravo, contact
hopefully
ground,
that goes
871.
till 9 o'clock. We'll see.
American 2009,
That's the game
cross
plan.
runway 34
6:30
center,
or 9
Echo,
o'clock
hold
tonight.
short of runway 34 right.
Fingers crossed,
Cross 34
because I want to
center,
see some
Echo,
low light
hold
action.
Short 34 right, American 2009.
Okay, so our Alaska flight is currently taking the active.
661, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 34 right, Alaska 661.
Last 556, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
So one of the things I did see, we had a cargo 747 that landed. They're offloading right now.
Last 556, hold short of runway
So
34 right.
I'm hoping I catch them.
34 right.
We've got a couple heavies in so far, but I would love to get that 747
runway 34 right,
getting
line up and wait.
out of here.
34 right, line up and wait, Alaska 354.
Last 354, runway 34 right, cleared for
Yeah,
takeoff.
any old time.
Takeoff Alaska 354.
I did. The north spot, it's decent. With my lens, this particular fixed lens that I'm using, so the whole purpose for tonight was really just to test the low light capabilities. Of this lens, because we're going to be here till the sun is really kind of at that golden hour. So it's a good spot. We'll hang out here. Okay, coming up next on the takeoff roll is, this is our Iceland flight, the Alaska Airlines Iceland flight. Now, I don't know about you guys, and I mentioned this before on prior streams, and I'll keep mentioning it because I can't sit on a 737 for
right, cleared for takeoff.
7.5 hours.
Cleared for takeoff, Alaska 556.
But both Alaska and Iceland Air, you can tell he's heavy. He's a little bit below the tree line. Alaska and Iceland Air, they both fly 737s. And if you follow the flight trajectory of those planes, it's actually not that bad
Delta 870,
in terms of
right,
distance. It's far. Got to go over the Arctic Circle and all that other fun stuff. But I mean, in terms of a straight line, it's not that bad.
Delta 870, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
34 right, cleared for takeoff, Delta 870.
Last 354,
all right,
contact departure flight.
Departure, have a go on Alaska 354.
We do have an Alaska flight going to Omaha right here. This is a 737-900.
Skywest 3306 on November, cross runway 34 center, hold short of runway 34 right. Last 425, cross runway 34 center, Juliet, hold short of runway 34 right.
Juliet, cross 34 center and short 34 right, Alaska 425.
Last 313, Seattle Tower, Juliet, cross runway 34 center, hold short of runway 34 right.
Juliet, cross 34 center, hold short of 34 right, Alaska 330.
Skywest 3306, cross runway 34 center, November, hold short of runway 34
we got
right.
another one here.
Right, cross 34 center,
got a live
November,
one here.
short 34 right, Skywest 3306.
This is our Delta flight.
49, cross runway 34
Got a
right,
DFW.
taxi to your gate, contact ramp.
Cross 34 right, taxi to the gate over to ramp, Delta 2449.
West 3968, cross
There,
runway 34
high up
right,
there.
taxi via Bravo
And
to
that's got to
88,
be, yep,
contact
that's a
ramp.
320.
Cross 34 right,
That's a
Bravo
320.
88 and over to ramp, Scout 3968.
Skywest 3082, cross
Lighter,
runway 34
obviously.
right, taxi to your gate, contact ramp.
Cross 34 right, taxi to the gate, contact ramp, Skywest.
All right, let's see if I can pull up my chat
8070,
here. I'm
870,
limping
contact
along
departure
today,
flight.
but give
Good
me a
day, Delta
second.
870.
Skywest 3306, cross runway 34
There we
right,
go.
taxi to your gate, contact ramp.
Swear, I have to have a talk with Apple about their
Cross
new
34
UI.
right.
It's
Taxi to the gate over to ramp, Skywest
this is
3306.
bad.
Last 356, Showing Bravo
If I don't
behind
respond right away, it's not you,
Tow,
it's me.
Cross runway 34
Because
right
I thought I had all my chats going
ramp.
here, but
Cross 34 right at hotel
apparently I don't.
Starlux and 55 ramp.
Okay, so what's going on? What do I see on the ramp
55 via Bravo,
at this point?
Cross 34 right at hotel 55 Bravo, ramp Alaska 4.
I'm seeing...
313, cross runway 34 right at hotel, taxi 255, contact ramp.
Cross 34 right at hotel and straight over to ramp.
We got a FedEx on the ramp.
3124,
That's a
cross runway
FedEx
34 center and runway 34 right, then contact
freighter.
ground.
Cross 34 center and 34 right over to ground, Skywest 3124.
American 2009, cross runway 34
And
right
looks like we got a Hawaiian.
Cross 34 right at
This is
Echo,
an A321 there, yeah. Okay. We have a Starlux. Okay, we got some action going on here. All right. Let's see. Can get. Oh man, oh man. I'm just trying to get my chat going here and okay. There we go. I think. Sort of. Okay, so again, if I don't respond right away, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's just because the way my iPad's behaving with the YouTube chat, it's yeah, don't worry about it. Anyway, I'm here, you guys are here, that's all that matters. So, what do we have? Got a little bit of a lull, actually. We got Seattle to San Francisco flight, 175, little gnat. So I have nicknames for aircraft. Once you, and they're not very pleasant nicknames, but I have nicknames for aircraft. So the 737 is has 737-700. Or Max 7 has been officially called by me the Squatty Potty because it's kind of a squatty version of the 737. And then today we kind of coined the phrase the E175 Nat because that's what they are. They're just a bunch of tiny little planes flying around the sky, going to point. And there's only so many of those you can see where you'll be like, okay, well, I'm done with 175s.
Cross 34 center at November and hold short of 34 right, Sky Star 372.
I would say we have a Delta flight that's landing from DCA. Our FedEx flight is just slowly taxiing down to the runway. At some point, one of the things that I really want to do here in Seattle is just find a good perch and set up, and that's it. You know, it's like there just to get a good bird's eye view of the airport. But there's really nothing. I mean, it's, you know, I've got this tiny little window between these two evergreen trees, which means they're never going to shed. So even in the winter months, it's going to look like this. Maybe I'll have snow on the trees. That'll be pretty. But, you know, we're not going to see a bunch more than that. So, you know, Seattle, I know that they've been trying to work on some alternative.
Skywest 3372, cross runway 34
the reality
right
is
at November, taxi to spot 88.
They are not going to be
south ramp. Good day.
Incredibly
clear
accommodating.
Cross 34 right at November, spot 88, and then we'll go to south ramp, Skywest 3372, good day.
Skywest 3372, that Horizon E175 should be going into the Whiskey Taxi lane for spot 6. That shouldn't be a factor.
Copy, Skywest 3372.
Delta 786, Settle Tower, cross runway 34 center and runway 34
okay, that
right.
FedEx is slowly making its way down.
Julia, cross runway 34
the Starlux, I see. I don't know what the Starlux is doing.
United 2387, Settle Tower, cross runway 34
Oh, it looks like
center,
they just
November,
landed. No, they pulled out of the gate, and now, where are they going? Interesting.
Left 3, Settle Tower, cross runway 34 center and runway 34 right, then contact ground.
Cross 34
center, what it is.
34 right, ground, Alaska 3.
Little Delta flight out there. Let's see what else is coming up here.
FedEx 1223 Heavy, Settle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait, traffic crossing.
Okay, so Starlux looked like it did like a little loop-de-loop, and it's kind of, I'm not sure what their plan is. The FedEx flight is definitely going to be making its way down, and so we should see that FedEx Heavy. Thank you for joining in. It is Monday the 13th here in Seattle. It is a little after 7 p.m. to 7:08 p.m.
United 2387,
local,
trucks going into position, cross runway 34 right at November, taxi
and
2 spot 88,
I'm here as long as my batteries hold out. So I actually know another guy that mentioned that today. So I'm at half my my battery for the camera and my little monitor. So we'll see how this all pans out. I might have to switch some things around because that monitor drains a lot of battery, but we'll figure it out. Now, worst case scenario is, because I've been on live now for a bit, like an hour. I'm not really sure what my starting charge was. Anyway, it's not a big deal. We'll get it worked out.
Delta 1061, Settle Tower, cross runway 34 center at Juliet, hold short of runway 34 right.
Just ending early tonight.
Short 34 right, Delta 1061.
As a matter of fact, all right, so while we're waiting on the next plane, I'm going to turn off the monitor. Let's see one of the reasons here. I'm going to turn off the monitor, and I'm just going to do a quick cable switcheroo here. So hang tight with me as I do that. You're going to see it go blank for a second. No big deal. I'll come right back. I'm still here, actually.
FedEx 1223 Heavy, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Takeoff 34 right, FedEx 1223 Heavy.
Oh, there's our FedEx
200 Settle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait for wake turbulence, traffic across.
34 right, line up and wait, Alaska 200.
Should be there.
Prize here 2366 Settle Tower, cross runway 34 center at Juliet, hold short of runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center at Juliet, hold short 34 right, horizon 2366.
Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, we still don't have our signal. Okay, so we're going out from the camera, down into here. That. Okay, that should work. Come on, camera. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure this out here.
Cross runway 34 right.
It should have just worked.
Then contact ground, traffic in position.
And of course the 777, the FedEx 777. You probably can hear it.
Contact ground,
It's going right over us right now.
Cross runway 34 right at hotel, then contact ground, traffic in position.
It's okay. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back here.
34 right at hotel and over to ground, horizon 2366.
FedEx 1223 Heavy, remain on this frequency. Traffic off your right is a citation out of 800 inbound to Boeing.
Got the citation.
That is all good. Heavy. See if I can do this. See if we bring our camera signal back. Do-do-do-do. Okay, yeah, we're back. We're back. Okay. That was, no, are we back?
Delta 472,
okay. Yeah, we're back.
Cross runway 34
What's up from Puyallup?
Hold short of runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center, on Echo, hold short of 34 right, Delta 472.
FedEx 1223 Heavy, contact departure flight.
Switch, good day, sir.
Last 200, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 34 right, Alaska 200.
Okay. Now I know part of the problem. Okay. Oh. Play. I swear, sometimes YouTube just, what a pain in the patootie it is. All right, welcome 11 Bravo. Happy to have you here. Making a couple of configuration changes here, but we are good to go now. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you guys saw that 777 or not, but I had it plugged in. I thought it was going, but in any case, we are here now. And let's take a look and see what is up next here.
Skywest 3918,
that Delta flight to San
Tower,
Francisco just hanging
traffic will
tight.
go into position.
We do have another
Juliet,
aircraft
cross
here.
runway 34 center and runway
This is Alaska
34
flight
right, then contact
headed
ground.
to
Juliet, cross 34 center and 34 right.
Kona.
Delta 472, cross runway 34 right at Echo, then contact ground. Traffic goes into position.
They are way up there by the time I get a chance to catch them.
472.
Skywest 3923, Seattle Tower, traffic to heavy, Boeing 767, 10 mile final, traffic crossing downfield, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, Skywest
So,
3923.
all right, I am slowly reconfiguring here.
Alaska 200, good night.
Let's see what is coming next. So we have a Delta flight. I think this is our Delta flight to Portland, 175, of course.
Tower ABEX 4 and 4 heavy, ILS 34 right.
ABEX 414 heavy, Seattle Tower, traffic's in position, runway 34 right, cleared to land.
Cleared to land 34 right, ABEX 4 and 4 heavy.
ABEX 414 heavy. See, we're there.
Runway 34 center at Juliet, hold short of runway 34 right.
ABEX 4, oh, that's a
center on Juliet,
DHL
hold
flight.
short 34 right.
Okay.
Alaska 214.
Man, what a good evening. But it is definitely with the lack of rain here, we are definitely getting a bunch of
34 right, clear
brown
for takeoff, Skywest 3923.
grass everywhere. Reminds me when I lived in the Bay Area, I had the same thing. I always knew that, like in the winter months, it was like green hills and everything. And summer months, it was brown hills. Right. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look.
ABEX 414 heavy, I just want to verify it's clear to land, runway 34 right.
A firm,
split screen
cleared to land 34 right, ABEX 4 and 4 heavy.
And see what else is coming
Skywest
up.
3923, contact departure.
So we got a
3923.
healthy number. This is our flight to Portland here. It's a 175. If you haven't seen it, the last week's stream with the World Cup Exodus was what I called it. It was amazing to me the volume of the engines on some of the smaller aircraft compared to the larger
Last
aircraft.
gate 39, Seattle Tower on Echo, cross runway 34 center, hold short of runway 34 right.
And what's that for 839?
Last gate 39, cross runway 34 center at Echo,
All
hold
right,
short
what's
of runway
coming up
34
next?
right.
Cross 34 center on Echo, hold short 34 right.
We have a Prime Air 767 Heavy that's taxiing down to the south of the departure end of the runway. We have a 757. We've got 175. Yeah. This is probably one of the most opinionated plane spotting channels out there because I don't have any reason to hold back. I don't really care. Some planes I don't like. Look, if you like Condor, you know we'll catch it once a day here at SeaTac, but it's prison stripes. That's what I think of that livery. And I know that there's a lot of people that don't like that, but that's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so next up. We're thinking next up, because this Delta flight has just been hanging out here that was supposed to go to San Francisco. Next up is a Seattle flight
3991, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up
Honolulu, 737 MAX 9. Oh, well, we have our DHL. I don't know if we're going to catch. Let's take a look.
3991, Seattle Tower.
The DHL is basically touching down right now. Oh, did you guys hear that? It's like a bee that went right past the microphone. That was trippy.
Skywest 3991. I don't know if you heard that last transition, but I was a little bit early on. And hold short of runway 34 right. You'll be going in about 5 minutes.
Hold short 34 right.
Let's see if we can catch that DHL.
I'm sorry, 5 minutes.
5 minutes, Skywest 3991.
ABEX 414 Heavy. Continue on the runway. Turn right at Delta.
All right, down the runway, down the end to Delta.
You can see a little bit off to the left here, behind the trees. There's 747.
That is affirmative.
You can tell by the tail, you can tell by the hump, and you can tell by the nose it's flipped up right now. So that is going to be leaving us a little bit later. Hopefully we'll have enough juice in our batteries to stick around with them. There's a DHL flight that just landed. So we'll have a MAX 9 followed by a 900, followed by 76,
and then over to ground 214.
followed by a 700. Oh, my squatty potty. So, for some reason I thought I saw 75. Maybe they were taxiing in. Oh yeah, they were taxiing in. They just arrived.
839, cross runway 34 right at Echo, then contact ground.
You can see them right there. They taxied all the way to the end of the runway. Well, it makes sense because like where that 747 is that we just were looking at, they are, that's the cargo terminal. So the cargo terminal, if you pull up flight radar on Seattle, you'll see the cargo terminals in the northeast quadrant of the airport, mostly north and just, basically on the east side. Oh, there's our Hawaiian A320, I believe, just arriving. A little bit off in the distance. So we do have an Alaska flight that's touching down on the right side of the, left side of the field, west side of the field. It's coming in from Boise. And let's see. Taking the active right now is our Honolulu flight.
Last 761, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
And that is our flight. That's our Honolulu flight, Alaska 761. 737 MAX 9 to Honolulu.
Air transport 3399 heavy.
I could use a little bit of Hawaii in my life right now. I don't know about you guys.
Boeing 787, 8 mile final.
Line up and wait, 34 right, air transport 3399 heavy.
629 Settle Tower, cross runway 34 center on Juliet, hold short of runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center Juliet, hold short 34 right, Alaska 629.
Thanks everybody for joining in on this fine Monday evening here in Seattle. It is pleasant weather. It's just a tad bit of wind off of the
Air transport 3399 heavy,
northwest.
runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Here's our Honolulu flight.
Clear for takeoff, 34 right, air transport 339 heavy.
296 Settle Tower, cross runway 34 center at Echo, hold short of runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center at Echo, hold short 34 right, Alaska 296.
Seattle Tower, Alaska 101 heavy, visual 34.
Alaska 101 heavy, caution turbulence heavy, Boeing 767 is departing, runway 34 right, cleared to land.
34 right, clear to land, Alaska 101 heavy.
Last 761, contact departure flight.
Departure, Alaska 761.
Already going to departure. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, we look, so Parker, we do have our prime air is on the takeoff roll right now. This is a 767 300ER that is taking off. There they are. But you're right. We see the 787 up here quite a bit, multiple times a day, actually.
629, sharp 3 mile final without delay, cross runway 34 right, then contact ground.
No delay, cross 34 right, ground Alaska 629.
That's 296, without delay, cross runway 34 right, then contact ground.
Cross 34 right, ground Alaska 296.
Air transport 3399
There they go. Prime Air. Actually interviewed with Prime Air. It was a different group. It was they were doing the drone deliveries. I don't know much about it because I ultimately told them not interested, but I'd love to be on those 767s. That would be fun. Yeah, so the Alaska 7-8, let's see. Are they on short final still? Yep, they're from Heathrow. Okay, yeah. We might catch them as they, it just depends on how quickly they stop. So where I'm looking right now is literally the departure end of runway 34 right and 16 left. So there's not a lot of concrete between where we're looking at the moment and
SkyWest 4153, cross runway 34 center at Juliet, hold short of runway 34 right.
But they are landing, they are down.
Last 216, cross runway 34 center at Juliet, hold short of runway 34
So
right.
this is Alaska 101 that landed
Juliet, hold short
from Heathrow.
69, settle tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait, traffic across.
Line up and wait, 34 right, Alaska 69.
Last 101 heavy, turn right Lima, turn right Bravo, contact ground.
Right, Lima, right Bravo, over to ground to Alaska.
Yep, so he's not even coming to the other runway, so that's fine. It happens. This is the thing about SeaTac is that it just, there's no good vantage point. I mean, you can be at the airport inside the terminal, but you're still looking through glass. There's no good vantage point in the area. There's lots of little like windows where you can catch aircraft like what we're looking through right now. And of course, if they're taking off, I can just go up and above the trees here. But, you know, it's kind of the way it is. And we're in a evergreen, rolling hills, mountainous state. This is kind of the way the topography works for or against us.
Last 69, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 34 at Alaska.
Okay,
69.
so this next flight, this is our squatty potty
right, line up and wait.
737 that is going to Ketchikan on Alaska time. So they're, even though they're leaving here
there is
at
no traffic for the center runway.
Roger that, thanks, Alaska 216.
6:30-ish, they're arriving there at 7:45 because they're going over a couple of time zones. One of the weirdest trips I've ever taken is the flight from Seattle to Tokyo, and you arrive. You've been flying for 10 hours, but you arrive in terms of the way the daylight goes, maybe 4 hours later, but you're in the next day, and it's that crossing that international date line is it's fun. Oh, we have a Shamrock that's coming next too. All right, so here's our Seattle flight to Ketchikan. And they are light.
Shamrock 952 heavy, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear takeoff, right,
All right, Shamrock.
Last 289, cross
Aer
runway
Lingus
34
is
center,
going to be
Echo, hold short of
coming
runway
here.
34 right.
Echo cross 34 center, hold short, 34 right, Alaska
So I guess it's
289.
it is probably time.
69,
You know,
contact
we don't do this too
departure
much, but we'll do the heavy alert.
Alaska 69.
Here it comes! Get ready for the heavy!
All right, so this is a 330-200. Headed over to Dublin. They get there at 12:50
Frontier Flight
local.
1176, settle tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wave. Frontier Flight 1176.
1375, settle tower, Echo cross runway 34 center, hold short of runway 34 right.
Alright, at Echo Cross 34 center, hold short 34 right for Alaska 1375.
Alaska 619, you'll be following the SkyWest that's in front of you.
Alaska 619.
SkyWest 3991, just so you know your sequence, you're going to follow Southwest 737.
I agree about Southwest,
SkyWest 4153, right at Echo, then contact ground. Traffic's in position.
Cross 34 right at Echo, over to ground, Alaska 13.
All right,
Left
coming back
216,
down.
cross runway 34 right at hotel, then contact ground. Traffic in position.
So there's going to be a little bit of a
Shamrock 952 heavy contact.
wait turbulence wait for aircraft that are going to be departing on 34 right. So we'll just kind of have to hang tight. You can see what's happening right now on the field. You can see they're just trying to get all the planes that have been arriving, get them over. Yeah, this is the perfect time to get them all the way over to the terminal side of the field, across all the runways. That's what's going on right now. Because when you have those heavy aircraft, you need a couple of minutes of separation. So that's what's happening. And let's see, the next flight out, Frontier, the Cougar livery. Okay. We'll see that pretty soon.
Frontier flight 1176, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff. Frontier flight 1176.
Yep, so they're clear for takeoff, so they're going to be heading out. This is an A321, 10 years old, which is relatively new. I don't know how many cycles this plane has on it, but...
503, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34, center on Juliet, hold short of runway 34 right.
Class 34, center on Juliet, hold short.
So they'll be heading out to Denver, and they are, let's see, they're going to get there at close to 11 o'clock tonight.
Last 9411, turn right onto runway 34
center. Currently 136 knots, 143 knots.
Hold short of runway 34 right.
Let's see, once they
right
rotate.
Center, left at Kilo, and hold short 34 right, Alaska 9411.
There they are.
SkyWest 3298, runway 34 right.
So here's our Cougar
right,
livery.
Takeoff, guys, 3298.
On the Frontier A321.
Last 9411, where does your flight come in from?
Okay, from San Antonio.
Frontier flight 1176, contact departure plane.
Over departure, CF Frontier flight 1176.
Southwest 868, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Runway 34 right, line of wait, Southwest 868.
All right, so we got an Alaska flight that is of course, a 175 headed to Salt Lake City, and there they are. So something you'll see here, I don't know if it's necessarily standard for most airports. This is something I wish I knew. I probably should know this, but usually what happens is with the narrow body aircraft or the non-heavy aircraft, they will they'll do about a 3-mile separation between the aircraft on final. They give the heavies a little bit of a wider berth. It's about 6 miles, double,
Airbus
essentially.
320 out of 2,900.
All right, after that, we're looking.
So you'll see there's usually a little bit of a low. Okay, another squatty potty heading out here. The Seattle to Phoenix, Southwest Airlines
Southwest 868, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 34 right.
Thank you, air traffic control.
SkyWest 3298, maintain visual separation, or report the departed Airbus 320 in sight, 12 o'clock, 2.9 miles, climbing at 3,800.
Yeah, we got it in sight, SkyWest 3298.
SkyWest 3298, maintain visual separation from that aircraft.
Maintain visual separation, SkyWest 3298.
Keep on trucking. All right, so where are we at here? We got the Southwest flight, the squatty potty heading out. That Delta flight just still hanging out there at the departure end of the runway. We have another flight, another Alaska 737-900. But in the meantime,
3991 Seattle Tower,
here's
runway
our
34
little
right, cleared for takeoff.
Southwest.
Airplane takeoff 34 right, Skywest 3991.
Skywest 3298, contact departure flight.
Or departure, Skywest 3298.
Southwest 868, contact departure flight.
Departure, have a good day, Southwest 868.
So what's happening, there is a 737 MAX equivalent of the 700 series, and it looks like it's going to be certified very soon here, as there is also a 737 MAX 10 that is, I think, going to get certified before the MAX 7, just based on the reports I'm seeing. So the MAX 10 is being a longer variant of the 8 and the 9, and then, of course, the 7 being the smaller version. So we'll have a 737 MAX 7, MAX 8, MAX 9, MAX 10. Well, it'll be pretty cool. Okay, so what's coming up next? 175 to San Francisco. After that, a 900, 737-900. Oh, we have an Air Canada.
Runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Oh, we got a Dash 8 that's going to be coming up. That'll be fun. That's kind of new. Not new. It's not new. It's not new at all. It's 14 years old. But it is, let's just say, rare for here. I think we get a couple of Dash 8s in per day. Used to be all over the place. When Horizon used the Dash 8, they're all over.
Runway 34 center in November. Hold short of runway 34 right. Last 758 Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center at Echo. Hold short of runway 34 right.
All right. What do we got going on here? All right, so Delta flight is on the roll. This is the 175 heading to San Francisco. This is our
Charlie and November and hold short runway 34 right.
Last 758 Seattle Tower, Echo, cross runway 34 center, hold short of runway 34 right. Skywest 3991, contact departure flight.
Departure, Skywest 3991.
If you guys haven't seen some of the other footage that I've done on the channel, I go to Boeing Field from time to time, and you know, they're testing the 777X there, and you know, there's a lot of negative press around Boeing, and it's really unfortunate because I know a lot of people that work there, and they're really cool people. You know, a lot of the things that are happening there have nothing to do with the people that work there or the quality. There's just things that happen to come into play. But looking at the 777X, gang, I mean, just being right up on it, that's going to be a just freaking amazing plane to watch, both take off and land.
Line up and wait 34 right, Jazz 809.
So I know they're testing the first plane for delivery, the Lufthansa 777X. But what's amazing to me is that there's been no U.S. carriers that have picked it up. We don't know. Well, I think we kind of know why, but at the same time, it's a long haul. I mean, it's a really long haul aircraft. So, anyway, back to what we're seeing here. Next up, this is headed to San Francisco. So 737-900.
Plus 619, contact.
Anyway, what I was meaning to say was, on the channel, there's plenty of 777X content because I find myself at Boeing Field quite a bit. So if you're looking to see kind of the scale of that plane, you'll get a really good sense. I usually set up in what's called the non-movement area on the ramp there at Boeing Field, and that winglet is just, it's 20 feet over my head. I mean, the wingspan on this thing is freaking ridiculous. It's going to be a cool plane. I think once it finally ships, whatever that is. Oh, here's our Dash 8.
Right on November, then contact ground.
Little tiny, look how...
Air Mexico 494,
I want to see how far up this dude is by the time he gets to us.
Air Mexico 494, Seattle Tower.
Headed to Vancouver.
Air Mexico 494, we're holding short runway 34 right. Can you confirm us the frequency?
Mexico 494, cross runway 34 right. Taxi straight across Bravo into the Whiskey taxi lane.
I flew the Dash 8 not flew it personally, like, but I've flown on it a couple of times, and just being right by those props.
34 right, hold short Bravo and Whiskey Lane.
Unsettling.
Mexico 494.
Air Mexico 494, do not hold short of Bravo. Taxi across taxiway Bravo into the Whiskey taxi lane and taxi southbound.
We will not hold short Bravo. We will continue until Whiskey or Mexico 494.
It's 9411, cross runway 34 right, taxi 255, contact ramp.
Okay.
Taxi for right, 55 ramp left side.
Aeromexico's, okay, some Alaska flight that's headed to Maui's going to have to stomp the brakes real quick. All right, let's see who's on our departure. This Alaska to San Diego is coming up next. And
Southwest 4747,
let's see.
cross runway 34
So this the San Diego flight, this is a 737-800 series. A little bit on the old side. It's only about 17 years old, but a tad bit aged.
Delta 740, Shuttle Tower, runway 34 right, cleared to land.
34 right, good land, Delta 740.
But they'll be heading out soon. I'm trying to see if we got any heavies on the docket here. I know that we, man, I'm hoping to catch some of these cargo flights out of here. Let's take a look. I'm just going through. Normally I would have this flight radar up for everybody else to watch, but I am, unfortunately, I am kind of running on limited equipment today. So I do have, 9 o'clock. Okay, well, not the end of the world, but I do have a flight, a Cargo Lux, that's going to Calgary that's currently estimated to depart at 9 o'clock. So that is our cutoff time anyway. So if they depart sooner, great. Looking at my battery situation here, I know. Yeah, I'm good on battery. So we're good. We're good. So we should be able to hold out for another hour and a half at least. And that's the game plan here. So let's take a look at the movement on the ramp here. I am just kind of doing a quick survey of the aircraft on the field. We do have the Iceland Air flight that's going to be departing soon. They're on their way back to Reykjavik. We have a Southwest flight headed out to Denver. And we also have another Southwest flight headed out to Las Vegas. So we got a few 737s. Man, I'm telling you, the ratio of 737s to 175s, I'll take it tonight, because there's been some days where we sat on the south end and it's just 175 after 175 after 175, and it's like, okay, I get it.
Southwest 2267, Seattle Tower, runway 34
All right,
right.
So on the takeoff roll right now, headed out. What? That doesn't make any sense. Well, anyway. It says JFK to Seattle. I'm pretty sure it's not JFK to Seattle, because they're taking off right now. And or are
Delta
they?
740, your
oh
gates
no!
occupied.
You know what? They might have just landed.
Turn left
that is my error. I made a faux pas. Okay, so Seattle, Las Vegas is the next flight. That's 737-800 that is going to be.
Rise near 2220, cross runway 34 center and runway 34
Welcome
right,
in.
Then contact ground.
This is Go Flying. I go by the name Rainy Cajun. I am originally from New Orleans, from the Louisiana, kind of Cajun area, and
740, you're going to turn right onto
so that's why I named the
center,
channel what I did. This is a hobby. This is a lot of fun. I just like to do this stuff. Reminds me of my youth when I used to hang out around New Orleans International and watch airplanes come in and out. So now with the way the technology is, we have the internet. We can share this worldwide, which is pretty cool. And so thanks for joining in. I mean, I really appreciate it. And make sure to chat in the channel. I mean, I will respond. If I see you chat, I will respond. Got three more subscribers to hit 300 tonight. Can we do 300? I think we can. In an hour's time, 3 more subscribers? We can probably do that. Okay, so our Southwest flight is actually, appears to be taking the active. That's Aeromexico. Okay, so we have
Southwest 2267, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff. Southwest 2267.
Southwest 4845.
All right, so
Tower,
Southwest
runway
2267
right,
headed to Las Vegas
Southwest
is coming up next. And we should catch them. This is a 737-800. Only 8 years old. Kind of a baby.
Copy that. We taxied by 88 to Sierra 2, Aeromexico 49.
Interesting. The nose.
Mexico 494, you're transmitting on Seattle Tower frequency, contact ramp 122.27.
Aeromexico, you have some problems today, buddy. The nose, you can't, I don't know if you can see it, but it is closed on the Cargo Lux. Okay, so here's our Southwest flight to Las Vegas. They are up there. Normally the flights are lighter when they come back from Las Vegas. A lot less money.
Southwest 4845, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear takeoff, 34 right, Southwest 4845.
It's there 12 Echo, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, done. It's there 12 Echo.
All right, next up, this is our other Southwest flight, headed to Denver. And this is a MAX 8.
Southwest 2267, contact departure, good flight.
Departure.
Anyway, that's good news with the Cargo, is it Cargo Lux? I think it is Cargo Lux, but whatever. That 747 freighter, if the nose is closed, then we may see them depart sooner rather than later. But with freighters, they don't have the same schedule as the commercial, of course. All right. They are. They got up on out of here.
I say 12 Echo, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, Roger, 12 Echo.
Southwest 4845, contact departure, good flight.
So you can hear, okay, this guy is, he is basically just off the departure end of the runway. And he's already got his next flight.
Should be number 3 after the
and
two
so
companies.
it's going to be right after them. They got them stacked up.
Airbus 3887,
yeah. Money does not leave a
center on November, hold short of runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center on November, hold short of 34
Normally
right.
you see the planes go. Everybody's all kind of going crazy and everything and having a good time and on the airplane. I've been on a couple of those Vegas flights. I've gone for trade shows and stuff like that. And you see everybody, the flight on the way out, awesome. Flight on the way in, awesome. Flight on the way out, not so much. Okay, here's our Iceland Air. This is a 737 MAX 8 going to Reykjavik.
For 14 out, up to 34 right.
I say 12 Echo, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
We're airborne. Wrong kill.
They are loaded.
202, I'm sorry, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Okay, 34 right, clear for takeoff, last 202.
I've actually thought about going over to Iceland during the summer months. Now with these direct flights, both Alaska and Iceland Air.
34 right, line away, Alaska.
And I'm just thinking,
249 Settle Tower, runway
I don't know if
34
anybody's
right,
in the chat that has been to Iceland and has like a you know, just any kind of advice. Like, what do I do? What do I do in the summer months? What do I do in the fall? I have no idea. I would obviously go there to maybe stream the airport, but then is it even worth? I guess I should probably watch the traffic and just see what it's like in and out of there. But you know, it would be kind of cool. So you go to Iceland. Okay, so coming up next is our Seattle flight to Maui. And they are Alaska 5202. Yes, there they are. 737 MAX 9. All these cool people probably wearing leis and looking forward to some Mai Tais and
Last 310, runway 34 right,
coladas.
clear 4 takeoff.
Clear takeoff 34 right, Alaska 310.
White sandy beaches, hammerhead sharks.
Last 336, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wing. Traffic to company Boeing 737, 9er-mile final.
Lineway 34 right, Alaska 336.
Last 202, contact departure good flight.
Okay, 202.
There they go. All right. So next Alaska flight is headed out to Denver. Another Denver flight. This is Alaska 310.
Last
Another
31,
Max 9.
Seattle Tower, Charlie,
They are
cross
on the
runway
takeoff
34
roll
center,
right
hold short of
now,
runway
and we
34
should
right.
see them
34 center,
shortly.
Charlie, hold short 34 right, Charlie, Alaska 31.
Last 306, runway 34 right, or 336, runway 34 right, cleared 4 takeoff.
Clear go 34 right, Alaska 336.
Skywest 3992, Seattle Tower, charge 737, 5 1/2 mile final, runway 34 right, line up and wing.
34 right, line up wing, Skywest 3932.
Last 310, contact departure good flight.
Good
Okay.
night, Alaska 310.
Let's see what's next. We got another Alaska flight. Let's head down to San Diego. 737-800 series. And they are on the takeoff roll.
Skywest 3992, runway 34 right, cleared 4 takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, Skywest 3932.
There they are. Close in spacing, folks. Close in spacing. Get these guys out of here. Okay, so I want you to stay tuned to the live stream, but what I want you to do, that was a 737-800, and then the flight before them was a MAX.
572, turn right on to runway 34 center,
And
turn
listen
left
to
at
the
Delta,
engine
hold
difference
short of runway
between the
34
two.
right.
All right,
The LEAP engines in those MAX aircraft is just, they're so, quote unquote, quiet.
Last 336, contact departure good flight.
All right, here's a flight to Santa Ana, 175.
Skywest 3932, report to depart of the last 737.
What's crazy to me is that one of the things that I have noticed with the new 777X, even compared to the 777, the 200 and the 300ER, is the engine noise or lack thereof is just insane. It's so different. The GE9X engines are just crazy, and then the LEAP engines that are in the 737 MAX series are just again also crazy. They're so quiet.
On Echo cross 34 center, hold short 34 right, Alaska 450.
All right, next up is a 737 MAX 8 Southwest Airlines.
Okay, Charlie cross 34 center, hold
3566 it looks like.
494 Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center on Charlie, hold short of runway 34 right.
Yeah.
Cross 34
So
center, Charlie, hold
they
short
are
34
on
right.
they're on the
American 3105,
on hold
cross runway
line.
34 center on Juliet, hold short of runway 34 right.
Class 34 center, Juliet, hold short 34 right, American 3105.
Got lots more to come here. Of course, we got our cargo flights. We have a FedEx flight that's a 767
turn left Bravo.
headed
You're
to
going to taxi
Oakland.
Bravo Alpha and contact ground point 7. They're going to have to hold you on Alpha. Your gate's occupied.
All right, leave Bravo Alpha and then point 7
Oh,
Alaska.
that's cute. We have a WestJet
West
flight
3897, cross
headed to
runway
Calgary.
34 right, taxi southbound on Bravo and contact ground.
Cross 34 right, southbound on Bravo to ground.
So yeah, we got a decent amount of aircraft still yet to go. Again, for those of you who are just joining or joining,
431, cross runway 34 right,
whatever, you've been watching for a while. I haven't mentioned this too many times. We're going to stream till about 9 o'clock or until my batteries decide that it's time to call it. I'm pretty sure that it will be us calling it at 9 o'clock first. But as you can see here in the Pacific Northwest, the way the sun works,
runway 34 right, turn right, Bravo, contact
I'm
ground.
looking due north. I'm sorry, west-northwest right now, and you can see the sun is behind the trees. This is the way it works here, and it's very severe. The changes from that sun being from where it is today to where it will be a month from now is crazy. It's so severe.
34 right, line up and wait, Southwest
Anyway,
3566.
Without a geography lesson, so our Seattle to Sacramento flight is coming up. What's up, Trucker Norm? How you doing, buddy? Welcome in on this fine Monday evening. Hope everybody has had, depending upon where you are calling in from or chatting in from,
okay, 34 center, cleared to cross on November.
Maybe already Tuesday for you.
34 right, Skywest 3999.
Regardless, welcome in. So what it looks like happening here is, again, they're trying to get some planes across real quick. So I don't know if they have a, well, they do have a Southwest plane on the
wind 3409 around 73003.
Tower
on the
Delta
departure.
740 Bravo 6 is opening up.
Roger.
Okay. So we're getting close. Getting close. Okay, so the Southwest flight should be headed out pretty soon. We'll catch them. They're max 8.
Southwest 3566, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Over departure 34 right, Southwest 3566.
United 1218, Settle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, United 1218.
So United 1218 is headed to Denver, and the Southwest flight about to take off is headed to Sacramento. Typically, what we see here is that the trans-Pacific flights usually arrive mid-afternoon. We'll get some late stragglers, but for the most part, the Pacific flights come in mid-afternoon, late morning, mid-afternoon. A lot of domestic flights depart about this time. This is kind of normal.
United 1218, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff.
So here's our Sacramento flight. 737 MAX 8, Southwest Airlines. On the way.
Southwest 3566, contact departure flight.
Departure 3566.
Wow, they're already handing him his departure.
Skywest 3423, Settle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, Skywest 3423.
There they go. Okay, let's come back around. See what we see here. So we do have a United flight that is on the takeoff roll. This one's 737-900. Humidity bad in northern Wisconsin. You know what? I believe it. The Midwest is not really known for being a non-humid area.
34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 34 right, clear for takeoff, Skywest 3420.
So there's a 737-900 headed to Denver, United Airlines. Again, listen to the sound of that engine.
Settle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait. Traffic across, traffic to heavy, Boeing 787, 10 mile final.
34 right, departure safe. Seattle Tower, EVA 026, establish Armstrong, runway 34 right.
United 1218, contact departure flight.
Switch to departure, United 1218.
EVA 026 Heavy, Settle Tower, traffic's holding in position, runway 34 right, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 34 right, EVA 026.
So next on takeoff roll is headed over to Idaho Falls. This is SkyWest operating as Alaska Airlines 3423. On the roll, you should see it pretty soon here popping out. There they are.
SkyWest 3999, traffic is holding in position, traffic on final, cross runway 34 right at November, taxi to your gate and contact
See
ramp.
those 175s, they get up quick.
Okay, great.
Already at 600 feet, so by the time it gets here, it's going to be at 1,500 feet easy.
Delta 740, kilo, cross runway 34 right, then contact ground, traffic's in position, traffic's on final.
Okay, Kilo cross 34 right, ground, Delta 740.
Last 412, cross runway 34 center on Juliet, hold short of runway 34 right, D175 off the right is Des Moines.
Cross 34 center at Juliet, hold short 34 right, there's Des Moines, Alaska.
All right.
Skywest 3423, contact departure flight.
Oh, departure Skywest 3423, good night.
All right, coming on back. So next up. All right, Parker. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you coming in. Good to see you. And you know, we'll see you around one way or another. We'll see you for sure.
Delta 2698, the traffic's now 5 mile final, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Have a good evening.
Takeoff 34 right, Delta 2698.
Rise here 2308, Seattle Tower, turn right onto runway 34 center, turn left at Mike. Hold short of runway 34 right.
Next up is a 737-800. This is a
hold short 34 right.
Delta flight. This is a Delta, looks like 2698, headed out to Phoenix. Oh yeah, mosquitoes, man. Nope, ain't having that. Of course, I grew up in New Orleans, so I'm kind of used to that, so not a big deal. But those flying cockroaches, oh my God, no. No. That's like a huntsman spider. It's like, no.
Last 589, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center at Echo, hold short of runway 34 right.
Here's our Seattle to Phoenix flight.
I'm sorry, last 569, cross runway 34 center at Echo, hold short of runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center, short 34 right, Alaska 569.
Delta 2698, contact departure flight.
2698 to departure, see you.
Wow, he already switched him to departure. He's just getting him out of here. Guy's barely off the departure into the runway. All right. I'm not a professional air traffic controller, so I have no comment. Okay, let's see who's next here. We have a Seattle to Burbank flight, which is a MAX 8. And then right after them is a 737-800. Oh, Eva Air is a 787-10. So we will probably catch them.
34 right, line up and wait, traffic across.
34 right,
just my aperture here. There we go. That's what we want. Not that bright. There we go. That's better. So yeah, we have a 787-10 from Taipei.
026 Heavy, if able, turn right at Kilo. If not, turn right Echo.
We'll see.
We'll turn off at Echo, EVA 026.
Okay. Well,
it was 026 Heavy, turn right Echo, turn right Bravo, contact ground 1 off point 7.
No, we're not going to catch them. Oh, there they are. I can see them.
Bravo, ground point 7, EVA 026.
They're right there.
Tower Apex 4, 3136 Heavy, ILS 34 right.
Oh, did he miss the taxiway exit?
Apex 3136 Heavy, Seattle Tower, caution wake turbulence preceded by heavy Boeing 787 landing roll. Traffic is in position. Runway 34 right, clear to land.
Sorry.
Runway 34 right, clear to land, Apex 3136 Heavy.
412, cross runway 34 right at hotel, then contact ground point 7.
Cross 34 right, hotel, ground point 7, Alaska 412.
This down, there we go. That's
Last 569, use Oscar jet blast, cross runway 34 right, then contact ground, traffic in
so
position.
So there's our EVA Air from Taipei.
Right, Alaska 569.
Right on.
United 326, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, November, hold short of runway 34 right.
Next up, we have a Seattle, Seattle to Burbank. That's Alaska 1408. And let's see, that is scheduled for a 10 p.m. arrival into Burbank. I don't know if anybody's ever flown into Burbank before, but oh my God, this is talk about stepping on the brakes. Back in 2000, there was a Southwest plane that overran the runway. almost plowed into a gas station. You should
runway
look it up.
34 right,
If you haven't
cleared
seen that
for
before,
takeoff.
if you're too young to remember that, that's okay. But there was a Southwest flight that was landing on the east-west runway. Missed the landing marks and ended up
Runway
in
34 right, Alaska 663.
ended up in the fence and then right across the highway. And it was what's kind of comical about it. This is the best part about that whole thing. The gas prices on the gas station. It was like, there's no way in hell that those gas prices would be around today. And we're only talking, well, we're only talking 26 years ago, but still, the gas prices are just kind of crazy. It's fun to look at. I mean, just to watch it, not for the flight, but because of just seeing what the gas prices were when that plane went off the end of the runway. Okay, so anyway, here's our Alaska flight headed 1408. This is going off to Burbank. There they are.
Last 1408, contact departure flight.
Wow.
Departure, last 1408, good day.
Last 337, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, Juliet, hold short of runway 34 right.
Yeah, Juliet, cross 34 center, hold short 34 right, Alaska 337.
Okay, let's come back around. Yeah, if you're watching, hit the subscribe button and chat on in. I'd love to hear more people chime in on their aviation experiences, love for aviation or dislike of aviation, Okay, so here's our Anchorage flight. Let's see if I can catch this guy. Where'd he go? It's going to be right there. There it is.
Traffic inside Alaska 663.
Last 663, maintain business separation from that aircraft. They'll turn
coming back around
to the east.
All right, let's see what's next here.
Okay, we'll keep them in sight and switch in departure Alaska 663.
Okay.
Polaris 1850, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center at Echo.
From Stockton, we have a 767 that is landing on 34 right. We may catch it because they usually go to the cargo terminal, which, again, for those of you just joining us, is right there. You can see the 747 tail kind of poking up there. That is what I'm hoping will depart while we're still live. We get some cargo lux here, and 747s are just they're a little bit rarer to see. Go up to Anchorage, you'll see them a lot more, and there's certain airports where you'll catch one or two, but
31, 36, heavy, turn
here,
right
it's the same thing.
Echo,
It's
then
one
turn
or
left
two,
on
but
Bravo.
Right on Echo, left
Bird
on Bravo,
still amazes me seeing that thing take off.
9326, cross runway 34 right on November, taxi to your gate, contact ramp, traffic in position.
Cross 34
Okay, so that flight has landed from Stockton. So what I see lit up here on
337, cross runway
on
34
flight
right
radar,
at hotel, then contact
I
ground, traffic
see
in position.
Alaska 337 at hotel, cross 34 right, going to ground.
Flight that's going to be leaving.
3136 heavy, as you join Bravo, you'll taxi northbound, taxi to parking and contact
FedEx
ramp.
flight that's supposed to be leaving at close to 9 o'clock. And there's our
3136 heavy.
Our flight right there. And then we have a Seattle to Cincinnati flight, DHL. So both of those aircraft are
United
kind of hanging out.
2241, Seattle Tower.
But we'll figure it out. Okay, hang tight, folks. Hang on one second.
United 2241.
United 2241, just stay in the lineup.
All right, well, it works out. Thank you. United 2241.
Polaris 1850, use Costa Jet Blast, cross runway 34 right, turn right Bravo, contact ground.
Cross runway 16 left, right of Bravo, contact Bravo, 1850, good day.
Rise there, 2308, your gate is opening up. Cross runway 34 right, Go behind the Alaska 737, then taxi to your gate and contact ramp.
All right, behind the Alaska, cross 34 right, Bravo, then contact ramp horizon 2308.
Delta 2543, settle tower, November, cross runway 34 center, hold short of runway 34 right.
November, cross 34 center, hold short of 34 right, Delta 2543.
From Guadalajara, that's heading across to the terminal.
Settle tower, roger.
Yeah, let's see what else we got here. Okay, let's talk. Well, they're doing their thing. Wow, so we have a lineup. Okay, if you don't have flight radar, fire it up on your iPhone, Android, laptop, whatever. There is a hefty amount. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 aircraft that are lined up to depart right now. Now, unfortunately, they're all
heavy Airbus 330
domestic flights, but nevertheless, it's
Seattle Tower, Delta 21 heavies on the ILS or the visual 34 right.
Delta 21 heavy, Seattle Tower, traffic's in position, runway 34 right, cleared to land.
Thanks, Trucker Norm. You have yourself a wonderful evening. Stay out of trouble as much as you can, and we'll catch you on the next stream.
Delta 21 heavy, your gate is occupied. Plan on exiting at the end of the runway.
Okay, so the Alaska flight headed out to Sacramento. This is a 737-900. They should be popping into the screen real quick here. There they are.
Skywest 3692, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, Skywest 3692.
Southwest 1192, Seattle Tower, November, cross runway 34 center, hold short of runway 34 right. Class 638, contact departure flight.
Good day, Alaska 638.
What am I going to do when we get into Monday Night Football? And for those of you who are watching internationally, you may not understand what that means. It's okay. I just don't know what I'm going to do on Monday Night Football. I might have to switch. I can't even switch my streams to Sunday night. I might have to go to Tuesday night after this. Okay, so what's taking off here? This is a Delta flight. Headed out to Boise.
Cross 34 center, hold short 34 right, Shipley 260.
Delta 2543, cross runway 34 right, then contact ground.
175 LR.
1192, cross runway 34 right, then contact ground. 572, cross runway 34 right, then contact ground. Southwest 2890, turn right onto runway 34 center, turn left at Mike, hold short of runway 34 right.
Alright, right turn on 34 center, left at Mike, short of 34 right, Southwest 29.
Skywest 3692, contact departure flight.
Where are we at now? Okay, so let's come back around and
up,
oh my gosh,
they
just keep on stacking up here. So we have a Turkish.
Cross 34 right and contact
we have a Turkish A350-900 that is taxiing out right now, which that'll be a cool aircraft to catch. So we also have let's see, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if that's in line or not. 7, 8, 9, 10. And 11, 12, yeah. So it just keeps stacking up. So we're gonna have lots of aircraft here in the final hour of the stream. I want to thank everybody who has tuned in. This is so fun to be able to share this stuff with you guys. Seattle is not necessarily one of the most streamed locations. Obviously there are other streamers here in the area, and we do our best to partner up with them, but the airport itself is fairly straightforward. It's 3 runways, north to south. I mean, there's no fanciness to it other than that, and we have a very definitive time of year where we can stream and not get completely doused by rain, wind, or snow. So this is the best time of year to be watching this kind of content. And there's a lot of cool stuff that comes in and out of Seattle. I mean, you know, you think about it.
631,
you've got major airports like you have LAX, you got Chicago, you got JFK, certainly Atlanta.
Alaska, 631.
3707,
those are big airports for the United States. But Seattle,
center, hold short 34 right.
Seattle, San Francisco kind of hold their own. SFO may be a little bit more. I'd have to look at the departures and arrivals, but regardless, it's busy up here.
Stay on Echo, cross runway 34 center, hold short of runway 34 right.
Stay on Echo, cross 34 center.
All right, so where are we at? Okay, next up.
637.
This is our Santa Ana flight. This is Alaska 631. They are taking the active 15-year-old aircraft 737.
Delta 21 heavy at the end. You're going to turn left at taxiway Delta.
Oh.
Left at Delta, left for Delta 21 heavy.
Okay, so 21 heavy just arrived from London, which is what we see
Southwest
right
2090,
there.
cross runway 34 right, then contact ground. Traffic's holding in position.
Cross 34 right in the ground, Southwest 2090.
Delta 637, cross runway 34 right at Echo, then contact ground. Traffic in position.
Cross 34 right at Echo, contact ground Delta 637.
So that's Delta 21 that just arrived from Heathrow.
Delta 21 heavy, as you exited Delta, you'll turn left and taxi southbound on runway 34 center.
All right, left on 34 center, Delta 21 heavy.
Oh, they're making them go down 34 center. Ooh, okay. So they're going out of the, the frame there. All right, fine. When am I going to be spotting at the new location? Gosh, I don't know. I mean, a lot of this stuff is like last minute, and I got to be honest with you. Like,
do you want us to the left lane here?
There's a very outside chance that maybe later this week. One of the things that was kind of difficult during the World Cup here in Seattle was trying to get those visitor passes
northbound when I can.
Okay, understood.
Seattle. Not making excuses. That was just like the day I wanted to go. It was like, we're not going to offer visitor passes.
631,
so
runway 34 right,
next
cleared for takeoff.
opportunity to do that, which maybe sometime this week. Maybe I'm off Friday and Saturday. Maybe I'll end up there. I'm not sure yet. Not really sure. I would love to get out there.
Runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Get to that, location and see what security tells me I can and cannot.
Sorry about that. Hold short of runway 34 right.
I'd be really curious
short. 34
about
right,
that.
Sky 3677.
Okay, so we have an Alaska flight that's on a takeoff roll right now. This is the one headed to Santa Ana. This is a 737-800, and we should see them popping out from behind that tree there momentarily.
And Delta 21 heavy, if I didn't say, you're going to turn left on Papa, hold short of runway 34 right.
Left on Papa, hold short 34 right, Delta 21 heavy.
92241, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
34 right, cleared for takeoff, United 2241.
Skywest 3677, Settle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Line of wait, 34 right, Skywest 3677.
Flat 631, contact departure, go flight.
Flat 631.
There they go. Off to Santa Ana. Okay, next up is a United flight headed to San Francisco.
Tower, cross runway
737-900 should be just as noisy as the last one that just took off.
Cross 34 center, hold short 34 right at November here,
Wow,
Delta 2640.
Delta 2640, the company heavy Airbus 330 is going to give way to you. They're taxiing only to exit at Papa.
All right, Delta 2640, we got him set.
Skywest 3677, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
34 right, clear takeoff, 3677.
342, Settle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, 2242.
United 2241, contact departure, good flight.
Over departure.
departure, see United 2241.
That's 575 Seattle Tower, turn right onto runway 34 center, turn left at Kilo, hold short of runway 34 right.
Down around.
Right 34 center, left Kilo, hold short 34 right, left 575.
Another Delta flight coming out here. Oh, this Seattle Spokane. So if you know Washington State at all, Seattle Spokane is not
turn right onto runway
that
34 center,
far.
turn left
But
at
if you're
Mike,
traveling from somewhere else and your final destination is Spokane, yeah, it makes sense.
Turn around 34 center, back taxi, left.
But if I was gonna, if I had to choose between driving to Spokane and flying there, if I lived in Seattle,
Clear for takeoff,
I'm driving.
72.
2851 Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, Delta 2851.
All right, back on over.
Skywest 3677, contact.
It is departure central, folks. I mean, we just got departure after departure after departure. Okay, next up is another 175. This is headed to Portland. Coming out from behind that tree, pretty short order here.
Westjet 1555, taxi
yeah,
up.
I am doing Seafair, and I'm doing it from Boeing Field.
Taxi up, Tuba shorter, 34 right, Westjet 1555.
All right, so this is a 175 going headed to Portland.
34 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 2851.
Skywest 3214, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, Skywest 3214.
Rising 2372, contact vertical flight.
Over departure up United 2272.
Okay, coming up after that is a Delta flight. This is a A220 headed over to Denver. Should be popping out pretty. There they are. Anybody see that Croatia flight that decided that a taxiway sign or a runway sign was it's not its best friend as they skidded off the runway? That was pretty brutal. A brand new airplane. I mean, literally, it was like a brand new airplane.
3214, wind 34011, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 34 right, clear for takeoff, Skywest 3214.
Skywest 4039, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Off to Denver.
Right, line up and wait, Skywest 4039.
Skywest 4031, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right, Skywest 4031.
All right, next up, just keep on coming. Alaska,
Delta 2851.
another 175 headed to Palm Springs.
Contact departure 2851, see ya.
And like I've said, for those of you who've been joining in at kind of random moments, the plan is we're gonna stream till about 9 o'clock. I really want to catch as a Cargo Lux 747 that I really want to catch as kind of like the final aircraft. We're just hoping that they decide that they're going to leave on time.
Report the Embraer departing ahead in sight. They're eastbound.
Departing Embraer in sight. Line up and wait. 34 right, Alaska 632.
There's a 175 LR headed over to Palm Springs.
3214, contact departure today.
Departure goes 3214, zero.
I've only been to Palm Springs once, and you know what was really interesting about that trip is that it was a company trip, company I worked for at the time, and I actually got to watch a presentation by Buzz Aldrin. So, you know, Buzz Aldrin of the Apollo mission. Buzz Aldrin.
To go 34
that was
right,
pretty cool.
Alaska 632.
All right, what's coming up here? Because I'm not watching very carefully.
The 737 departing ahead in sight. They're southeastbound.
All right, heading to Bozeman.
We got them inside Alaska 628.
Guys, 4039, contact
there we are.
today.
Good night, guys, 4039.
Seattle-Tower International 022 Heavy as runway 34 right.
Oscar 628, maintain visual separation, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Where at? We get 3 more subscribers we need. We hit 300 tonight. I will be a happy camper. I won't be miserable if you don't, but it would be really cool if we hit 300.
Departing ahead
All
of sight, they're westbound.
So this is headed over to Phoenix.
34 right, traffic information copy.
737 MAX 9.
Alaska Air in flight touch, 80 kilo.
Oscar 632, contact departure today.
632 on tape.
Sierra 22 Heavy, Seattle-Tower traffic in position. Caution, wake turbulence. A heavy Airbus 350 will depart prior to your arrival. Wind 340 at 9er, runway 34 right, clear to land.
Airbus 350 departing prior to your arrival. I believe that is our Turkish flight. Yes, it is. Turkish. Headed to Istanbul.
Turkish 8 Kilo Heavy, maintain visual separation. Runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
34 takeoff, maintain visual separation. Turkish 8 Juliet Kilo.
Okay.
Here it comes! Get ready for the heavy!
Right, you'll occupy the center runway for a moment.
Cross 34 center, hold short.
There it is.
Right, horizon 2128.
Horizon 2084, Seattle-Tower, cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center, hold short 34 right, horizon 2084.
Oscar 628, contact departure today.
Woodley, Alaska 628.
That, I believe, is a very long flight. 5,276 nautical miles. They're scheduled to arrive at 5 p.m. Oh, no, this is our Turkish flight. What am I doing? This is our Turkish flight. What's going on here?
Turkish 8 Kilo Heavy, contact departure, good night.
Contact departure.
What was I catching before? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. Sorry, I turned off my other larger monitor, so I can't see. I'm looking at a tiny, like, 2.2-inch screen.
81 Seattle-Tower, cross runway 34
It's a really
center,
crappy
hold short, runway
excuse,
34
but that's the
right,
reality of it. I'm looking at a 2.2-inch screen, and I couldn't tell the difference. That's why me. My apologies, but anyway, we got the Turkish flight out of here, and they are going to get there in 10 hours and 43 minutes. That reminds me of going to Japan. Okay. So who was that before them? Are you telling me that was just... No. Okay. Well, maybe it was. Anyway. Let's see what is next here.
Taxi, north on runway 34 right. For now, hold short of Quebec.
North 34 right, short Quebec, west jet.
Work with me, flight radar.
Flexjet
We
431
still have
Quebec,
quite
runway
a
34
line
right,
of aircraft. They're
center,
almost
taxi to
all Alaska, and I'm guessing they're almost all 737s, but we do have our China Airlines
right, 34 center, taxi to
A350
Delta 21 Heavy,
headed
cross runway 34 right, taxi to 88 and contact the ramp.
Wait, no, they're
Delta 21
landing.
Heavy, clear
They're
to cross
landing.
34 right, ramp
They're landing. Okay,
288.
so we should
Tower
see that.
3707, cross runway
somewhere.
34 right, ground point 7, you're in front of Alaska.
Cross 34 right and ground point 7 in front of Alaska.
Keep an eye on it.
3498,
Our
cross runway
DHL,
34 right, taxi toward your gate, contact ramp.
wow,
cross 34
DHL
right and taxi towards ramp.
aircraft
Over
is
ramp,
out there.
022 Heavy, turn right at
They
Lima,
are departing.
Bravo, ground point 7.
They're going to be turning south here.
Bravo, ground point 7, taxi 02 Heavy.
2640, cross
that's
runway
going
34
to
right toward your gate,
Cincinnati.
contact ramp.
All right, 34 right, cross and towards our gate ramp, Delta 2640.
Tower 4031, cross runway 34 right, ground point 7.
Okay, so
Oscar 575, cross runway 34 right, ground point 7.
on the takeoff roll.
Horizon 2128, cross
Are they
runway 34
really
right, ground
doing
point
this?
7.
This is-
Cross 34 right, ground point 7 right.
So
2084, cross runway 34
what
right,
you
ground point
see
7.
happen quite a bit is like when the heavy aircraft take off, it's like there's this, we did this earlier, there's like this mass cross of all the runways, like, okay, there needs to be this separation due to wake turbulence, let's just get everybody over as quickly as possible, so that's what's happening at the moment.
1555, continue down the runway, now hold short of Lima.
Down the runway short, Lima, west jet 1555.
Horizon 2034, Seattle-Tower, runway 34 right, land and wait, traffic on the runway, traffic crossing.
34 right, line up and wait, horizon 2034.
Just information for all the aircraft crossing, there is traffic taxiing down the runway.
Yes, we know, aircraft taxiing down the runway, we can see them all here, there's, everybody get over, Get. So they made the WestJet.
Tower WestJet 1555 will go back to the cargo 5 area.
WestJet 1555, roger. Continue down the runway now to Kilo.
Down to Kilo, WestJet 1555.
Interesting. What is going on with WestJet? So the squatty potty's going to the cargo area. Are they going to just go back and line up a wing again? Ah, interesting. Okay. Well, is what it is. So next up here is it's a 175 headed out to Boise. Can kind of take a little bit of a peek through the trees over here. Oh, maybe not. There's not much to see. Where I'm standing, I can catch a little bit of the sun rays, but that's what we're seeing
1555,
here.
that next Embraer is waiting for you at Kilo. Exit at Kilo, you'll turn southbound on Bravo and contact ground point 7.
Kilo, south on Bravo, then ground point 7, WestJet 1555.
Envoy 4307, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Cross 34
All right, so
center,
we're on our
short,
last 30
right,
minutes or so of the broadcast tonight. And I want to thank so many people for coming in. I truly did not expect this. This was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing. You are watching from the north end of Seattle International Airport. This is Geaux Flying. Welcome to the channel. It is 8:30 local time here in Seattle. That's West Coast time on the 13th of April. So this is kind of the twilight golden hour of the filming.
Runway 34 right.
And yeah, well, like I said, we're going to go till 9 o'clock. Yours truly did not expect the temperature to dip as quickly as it did when the sun went down. So it's a little bit on the nippy side, but that's okay. I'm going to stay with it through the duration. And I want to thank everybody for joining in. If you have the opportunity to contribute, the PayPal link is in the description. Really appreciate it. This is a hobby of mine. This is not intended to be income. It's just something that, got to pay for the internet and got to pay for, various things here and there, consumables, that kind of stuff. So it's always nice when people contribute. Not required. You just want to enjoy, sit back and enjoy, and you're having a great evening, then that's it. Just hit the like. Subscribe would be awesome. That's all I ask for. Really, that's it. Okay, so next flight that is taking off, this is our Alaska 175.
2034, contact
headed out to Boise.
Switching good night, Airs 2034.
They are way up there real quick.
1301, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center, hold short, 34 right, Alaska 13.
Sky was 3027, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, Sky 3027.
Alaska 1559, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait, report the Embraer departing head and sight, they're southeast bound.
Embraer in sight, line up and wait, 34 right, Alaska 1559.
Skywest 3688, 34 right.
Skywest 3688, Seattle Tower, traffic
so
in position, wind
Seattle,
34010, runway 34 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 34 right, Skywest 3688.
Okay, so since next Saturday,
Seattle Tower, November cross, runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
November cross, 34 center, and hold short, 34 right, Delta 2442.
So since next Saturday is the Alaska Airlines Torchlight Parade in Seattle, does the Blue Angels arrive the next day at Boeing Field? You know what? That's a good question. I don't know. I know that they do the week leading up to Seafair with media travels or media dockets and stuff like that. But aside from that, I don't know what else is going on with them. Okay, here's another 175 headed out to Redmond, Oregon, which is just slightly north of Bend, Oregon. Yes, there is a town named Bend. Believe it or not, there's a town in Washington called North Bend. And so Redmond and Bend, Oregon are known for their craft beer here out on the West Coast. just a little tidbit of info. Seattle Air Show frequency, I do not know. I do not know yet. I need to find that out. I do have a scanner, and I need to bring it with me.
Cross runway 34 right,
all right.
1.7.
Expedite cross 34 right, Comp 7 Oscar.
Alaska, headed out to Juneau.
Cross runway 34 center, hold short.
There they are.
Right.
Cross 34 center, short 34 right, sky was 41, 41.
In keeping with their name.
34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right, Alaska 322.
Alaska 1559, contact departure, good night.
Good night, 1559.
Coming back down. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Got an ant crawling on my iPad. Okay, let's see if we got any heavies here. Oh, I do. Well, I got the DHL. Come on, FedEx. Give me something. All right, scheduled for 20 minutes. Okay, we'll see about that. So it looks like, I mean, if you go to Flight Radar and just look, I would bring it up, but I don't have it all hooked up right now. But if you look at it, it's stacked right now. We've got departure after departure after departure. It hasn't really changed in the past 30 minutes. So I would love to see that cargo lux buttoned up and get on out of here. But in the meantime, this is coming up here, taking the active. Oh, I got a Delta flight here that's landing from Boise. After that, this is 737-900 headed down to San Diego.
Alaska 1398, Seattle-Tacoma, runway 34 right, line up and wait, traffic will cross.
Runway 34 right, Alaska 1398.
Traffic will cross. Yep.
Horizon 2009, Seattle-Tacoma on Papa
You could
cross,
probably see
right,
off
cross,
in the
runway
distance,
center, turn left on
maybe a
Tango.
tad. If you look a little bit from here, a little bit up,
Taxiway Papa, cross
probably
right,
see some
then
lights
34
there.
center, and then
That
left
is
turn
the
on,
those are the
Tango,
approach
right,
aircraft
Tango, horizon,
for
Tango.
3-4 left.
Tango, horizon 2009.
Delta 2442,
And
cross runway 34 right, ground point 7.
Cross 34 right
There's-
and ground point 7.
it's hard to
Delta
see it
2442.
through the camera lens right now, but there's one directly behind this tree, and there's another one just immediately just right here. So there's plenty of aircraft on arrival, but again, I kind of like this angle from the standpoint that it allows you to see the aircraft on takeoff. The flights that come in on 34 left, they're a little bit harder to see when we're down in the gullet, whatever you call it, the valley, just right before the plateau that is Seattle International. All right, so let's see where we're at. Right on, Sue. Thanks for joining in. Everybody's crossing again. That's all the planes crossing. I was like, get over, get over. Got more stuff coming in. Got some starlings flying around here. I mean, birds.
Alaska 1398, wind 340 at 8, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 34 right, Alaska 1398.
Okay, so 1398 is clear for takeoff. They're heading out to San Diego, and they will be departing just a little bit off this tree here. And yeah, well, hope everybody can see everything. Definitely have the wind at my back today. It's gotten cooler very quickly. It's not terrible, but you know, somebody in shorts and a t-shirt, it's a little bit on the nippy side. Okay, so our Alaska flight is currently
Alaska 417, Seattle-Tacoma, back taxi, runway 347 to Kilo, hold short, runway 34 right.
138 knots, 147 knots. They should be airborne.
Delta 1239, maintain visual separation, runway 34 right, clear
Right
for takeoff.
there.
Maintain visual separation, 34 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 1239.
That was 3884, Seattle-Tacoma, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, Sky was 3884.
737-900 headed off to San Diego.
Alaska 1398, contact departure, good night.
Good night, 1398.
7309, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Okay.
Cross 34 center, short of 34 right, horizon 2309.
Let us see. Hey, what's up, Brandy? Okay, so heading on out now. A 737-800 series headed up to, over to Salt Lake City. They're currently at 150 knots.
65, Seattle Tower,
and they
wind
should be
3307,
rotating. There they are,
condition,
right
runway
there.
34 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 34 right, Alaska, 665.
Sky 3884, wind 3307, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, Sky 3884.
Sky 4131, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, land and wait, traffic 5, we'll be ready to go.
34 right, land up and wait, Sky 4131, we'll be ready.
Alaska 737, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center, hold short 34 right, Alaska 737.
Coming back down around. Who's up next? Another Delta flight. This is headed out to Ontario.
1239, contact departure, good night.
Departure, good night, Delta 1239.
They should be rotating pretty quickly here. I should see them pop out there. I already got them. Right there. There they are. So these 175s, they get up and go. You know, they're gnats. They're pretty lightweight aircraft.
That was 4131, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, Sky 4131.
Okie dokie. Coming back down around. All right. Wow, they just keep on coming. Okay, next up, Delta 175. Okay, so for those of you who haven't watched the channel before, this is the aircraft that I absolutely am tired of. The Embraer 175. Seems like everybody flies them. I realize they're great for short hops between all the spoke and hub airports. I just, they fly so many of these. This time of the day, this is where a ton of them are coming out.
Departure, good evening, Sky 4131.
Look how high up they are. Man, that guy, he's at 1,700 feet by the time he gets to me. So it's like, okay. Okay, so what is that?
26, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right,
Salt Lake City to Seattle. Okay, so we do have a aircraft.
Alaska 1526.
Couldn't load the data. Try again. Okay, let's try again. Haven't seen that before.
Yeah, Tower Delta 2672, courtesy call. Just are we okay for sequence?
Yes, sir. You're next in line.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so we do have an Alaska flight. This is a 737-900 ER that is going out to Albuquerque. That's going to be next.
Cross street for right, complex Sky 3887.
And we do have the DHL. Before the DHL, that's the DHL. What's after that?
They're going to have to find a spot for you.
All right, right there near Lima ground.
So it looks like our FedEx flight, our 767, is taxiing out right now, headed down. I don't see the ADS-B on the the Cargo Lux 747 just yet, but I'm going to hold out. If I see it and see it pop up, we're going to stick around for that Cargo Lux 747. If not, then the FedEx will probably be our last flight of the evening. All right, so what's heading out? This is our Seattle flight. Albuquerque flight.
Back taxi 34 center to Kilo, hold short 34 right, horizon.
And they are going to be on the takeoff roll shortly. Come on. You can do it. They got a bunch of aircraft. Again, this is what Seattle does. They just a bunch of aircraft that are, they have them cross real quick. Get over, and then we can let departing traffic go. So that's what's happening right now. Hey, if you've seen the new Alaska livery, the Aurora livery, let me know. We've seen it here quite a bit, actually, being this is Alaska's headquarters, seen quite a bit. But if you've seen it in person outside of Seattle, I'd be really curious to know your thoughts on that, because it's a pretty cool looking airplane. It's very understated, but at the same time,
1526 wind 340 at 8 runway 34
very
right.
noticeable, very recognizable. So I think it's a pretty cool looking plane.
Right.
Eventually, I'm going to find myself on a flight out to Rome. It's been about 25 years since I've been there. So I'd like to get there. I just don't know if I want to deal with the flight time. All right, so looks like is our Alaska. Okay, Alaska flight to Albuquerque is on the roll. 60 knots. Thank you for joining the evening's festivities here at Seattle International. For those of you just joining or kind of lurking, we are on the north side of the airport. We are pointing down the departure end of runway 34 right. And this is kind of our evening departure window here. So here's our Albuquerque flight. Alaska Airlines here.
Delta 2672, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 34 right, Delta 2672.
Airbus 3343, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, skies 3343.
Alaska 1526, contact departure, good night.
Good night, Alaska 1526.
All right. For those of you in the northern hemisphere, I hope everybody's having a good summer. I know it's been fairly decent here in the Seattle area. Growing up in New Orleans, I've heard of the heat and rain that they're having this year, and I feel sorry for them, but it's kind of part and parcel for the region. So I've heard, got some friends in Texas and whatnot, and yeah, everybody's just kind of sweltering heat or rain, or where we are right now, where it's like perfect, but this is the only time we get
3343, runway 34 right.
All right, this is going to San Diego, Delta 737-900.
Clear for takeoff 34 right, sky was 3343.
Delta 2854, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, Delta
2672,
2854.
contact departure, good night.
Departure, Delta 2672.
For all of our visitors from overseas, please check in. I want to know who's watching from outside the United States. That'd be really cool to just kind of see. With YouTube, we have this international reach, which is pretty freaking cool, but we don't know who we're reaching. So, okay, so next flight is 175 again, headed to Fresno Air Terminal, otherwise known as airport code FAT.
Delta 2854, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 2854.
So, Delta 2850. Okay, so those guys are just off the departure into the runway, and they're already clearing them for the next aircraft for takeoff. So that just kind of shows you how stacked up they are.
Good night, sky was 33.
Again, if you have the opportunity, pull up flight radar. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. I've got a Delta flight that's heading to LAX right now. It's a 900, 737-900. They're on the takeoff roll right now. They're already at 70 knots. And then right after them is a DHL flight 767. So I've got a FedEx 767 coming too. So we got a decent amount of aircraft getting up on out of here. In the meantime, there's our 737-900. This again is Delta 2854, headed to LAX. There they are.
414 Heavy, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 34 at Apex, 4 Heavy.
Alaska 592, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait, traffic will cross.
Runway 34 right, Alaska 592.
2054, contact departure, good day.
Departure, good night, Delta 2054.
See you later. All right, DHL is going to be on the move pretty soon here. Then we're going to have a little bit of a lull because with the Heavy taking off, which is a 767-200. You should see in short order here. I can see the lights actually. There they are.
Horizon 2017, traffic in position, cross runway 34 right, ground point 7.
Cross 34 right, ground point 7, Horizon 2017.
Alaska 469, cross runway 34 right, ground point 7, traffic in position.
Could have crossed 34 right, over to ground, Bravo, Alaska 469.
Love the roar of those Heavy engines.
Goes 146
really
Alpha,
nice.
You'll be next.
Roger.
Okay, so next up here is a flight to Ontario. It's a MAX 8, Alaska. What am I reading here? 592. And they are on the takeoff roll. Are they? I'm sorry, they're not on the takeoff roll because they have to wait 6 nautical miles separation between them and the Heavy that just took off. We should hear their call.
Alaska 592, wind 350 at 8, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
See?
Clear for takeoff, 34 right, Alaska 592.
It's almost like I know what I'm talking about.
Goes 146 Alpha, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait, report the 737 departing ahead in sight, they're southeast bound.
737 side, left wait, 34 right, skies 146 Alpha.
God, what a nice evening here. Okay, so this is a MAX 8 that is headed to Ontario.
Goes 146 Alpha, maintain visual separation, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, maintain visual separation, skies 146 Alpha.
They've already cleared the other guy for
Horizon
takeoff.
2154, Seattle
There
Tower,
they
runway
are.
34 right, line up and wait, report the Embraer departing ahead in sight, they're straight out.
In sight, line up and wait, 34 right, Horizon 2154.
Alaska 592, contact departure, good night.
Good night, Alaska 592.
United 2638, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center, hold short, 34 right, 2638.
Okay, we already have our next aircraft on takeoff roll. And I believe it's a 175. Yes, it is. Of course, it's a 175 all the way from Seattle to Vancouver.
Alaska 642, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right.
Look how high up they are already.
Departing ahead in sight, they're eastbound.
143 knots, they're at 800 feet already. By the time they get to us, they're going to be double that.
Alaska 272, Seattle Tower, Juliet, cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Juliet, cross 34, hold short 34 right, Alaska 272.
Right there, 11 Papa,
Yep,
Seattle Tower,
actually
center,
more than
cross
double
runway
that.
34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
2,000 feet at this point.
Cross 34 center, hold short 34 right, I said 11 Papa.
Okay, so next up after that, we got an Alaska flight.
Departure good day, skies 146 Alpha.
This Alaska flight is headed to Missoula.
Take off, 642. Alaska 667, Seattle Tower,
175.
line up and wait, report the 737 departing ahead in sight, they're eastbound.
34 right, line up and wait, Alaska 667, we have them in sight.
Horizon 2154, contact departure, good night.
Departure, Horizon 2154, good day.
Again, another flight he's at 1,200 feet. Fourteen, 1,500 feet right here. So he's basically at 1,500 feet by the time they get to us. So I have to bend over.
34 center, hold short, 34 right on Charlie, Alaska 419.
Randy, we'll talk about it. Okay, next up, Seattle Flight 2, Denver. This is 737-800. They are on the roll, and they are right there.
Visual Alaska 667.
Now, you notice this 800 is
Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wave, report to 737, departing ahead in sight, they're westbound.
Well, once it gets a little bit closer, it's going to be a bit louder.
And, traffic in front of us, we see them for Delta 2949.
Alaska 642, contact departure, good day.
Departure Alaska 642, good day.
Kilo, current altimeter 3003, wind 340 at 7.
Okay, back on in. Oh, we got a British Airways? Seattle to, oh, come on. Got to hang out for that. All right, well, that's convinced me. They
Present 2009, you'll be next.
They were scheduled to leave 30 minutes ago, but that's okay. All right, now they got an Alaska flight. We're going to end with the British Airways, period, because I don't see that.
2949, maintain visual
Cargo
separation,
lets is kind of screwing us here. So here we go.
Maintain
this is Seattle Anchorage.
34 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 2949.
This is 737 MAX 9.
Runway 34 center, line up and wave.
Runway 34 center, line up and wave, horizon 2009.
This is 667, contact departure, good day.
Departure 667.
Seattle Tower, Alaska 583, 34 right.
583, Seattle Tower, reduce the final approach speed, wind 340 runway 34 right, clear to land.
34 right, clear to land, Alaska 583.
All right, so if I'm looking at the game plan here for the rest of the evening, which is all of 6 minutes, supposedly, I've got a Delta flight that's on out of Las Vegas. It's coming out. We have a FedEx 767. We have a A220 headed to Phoenix.
38, there's traffic on a
we also have a Fairbanks flight, and then looks like we got a British Airways flight. So we're going to catch all those. We will end on British Airways. Sound fair? Fair. Okay, we're good.
Cross 34 right, expedite,
all right, so this is Delta to Las Vegas, 737-800.
Expedite cross, ground point 7, Alaska 272.
419, expedite cross, runway 34 right, ground point 7.
Cross 34 right, over to ground point 7, expedite, Alaska 419.
Delta 2949, contact departure, good night.
Departure, Delta 2949.
Present 2009, runway 34 center, clear for takeoff.
34 center, clear for takeoff, horizon 2009.
All right. Got a departure in. So next up is going to be our FedEx 767 all the way down to Oakland. Okay, so here's okay, Exodus, get across. This is what's happening. Getting a bit nippy out here, folkies.
Present 2138, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center, hold short 34 right, horizon 2138.
Oh, we have another flight getting out of here. It's a 175. Where are they? What? Oh, they took off out of the center runway.
379, Seattle Tower, cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Just switched over.
That's what they did.
Yes, sir, Alaska 379, cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Clear cross 34 center, hold short 34 right, Alaska 379.
FedEx 1838 heavy, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Runway 34 right, FedEx 1838 heavy.
Present 2009,
I want to thank everybody for watching this evening, wherever you're watching from in this little green planet of ours. It's so cool that you can tune in and see what's going on here in Seattle. If you're local, you know what's up here, and if you're not local, you get a chance to see something going on in a different part of the world.
November 13 is occupied. Make a left turn
see hopefully some aircraft and liveries that you may not necessarily see by you. This being Boeing's original home you see a ton of Boeing aircraft here. I mean, just kind of, if you look at my little trailer that I have for the channel, you'll see it's predominantly Boeing aircraft. It's not necessarily something that I did by design. It's just that there's so many of them here. But we do get our Airbus flights in here. We do not get the A380, though. You can kind of see there is a flight right there, right by the tree. And I don't know if you can even see it way out there, but I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4 aircraft
1838 heavy, wind 340
on arrival for
34
3-4 left.
takeoff.
So there's still a lot going on.
FedEx 1838 heavy.
Okay, so FedEx 1838 heavy is on the roll, and we will catch them.
34 right and line up and wait, Delta 2447.
583, your gate just opened up. Turn right on runway 34 center. Right turn hotel. Hold short runway 34 right.
On this British Airways flight, they better get their butt in gear.
Right on hotel and hold short 34 right, Alaska 583.
All right, so coming up here, this is FedEx 767-300 freighter conversion. Maybe that's just a freighter. Maybe not conversion.
Up to 234 Seattle-Tacoma cross runway 34 center. Hold short runway 34 right. You'll occupy the center runway, and there is traffic taxiing on it.
Okay, we see them.
There they are.
Cross 34 center. Hold short 34 right. Alaska 234.
Horizon 2138, cross runway 34 right, contact ground point 7, traffic in position.
Cross 34 right, we'll go over to ground, Horizon 2138.
379, cross runway 34 right, ground point 7.
Clear cross 34 right, ground point 7, Alaska 337.
Austin 583, cross runway 34 right, ground point 7.
Cross 34 right, ground point 7, Alaska 583.
234, cross runway 34 right, ground point 7.
Cross 34 right, ground point 7.
FedEx 1838 heavy, contact departure, good night.
Contact departure, FedEx 1838 heavy, good day.
All right, there goes FedEx. Our British Airways has not moved, but I have noticed now, again, other planes across the runway. We do have a wake turbulence delay on the right side.
34 right, Echo, gates November 18.
So we'll be waiting around a little bit for that. Let's see, coming up next after that, we got Seattle to Phoenix on an A220. That's a Delta Airlines A220. After that, we've got, let's see here, we've got an Alaska flight that's headed up to Fairbanks, and then another 175 headed up to Billings, Montana. So our British Airways flight has not left, or has not moved in a minute.
Delta 2447, wind 3407, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Might need to switch over to ground to see what's going on with them. But they are backing up the alleyway there, so eventually they're going to have to start moving. Okay, so taking the active right now.
1880 Seattle-Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Delta 2447 from Seattle to Phoenix is an A220, lovingly referred to as the Wookiee. I don't know why. Kind of sounds like a Wookiee. Maybe a little bit. They are on the roll. They are at 100 knots, 115 knots. They are ascending now. So they're already airborne. You should see them pop
1880,
out.
maintain visual separation. Runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
There they are.
Is that clear for takeoff? 34 right, Alaska 1880.
2457 Seattle-Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait. Report to 737, departing ahead in sight. They're westbound.
Runway 34 right, line up and wait, 737 inside horizon 2457.
The 2447, contact departure, good day.
Departure, 2447, good day.
Very quiet. I'm actually, compared to like the 737, the 700, 800, 900 series, that 220 is, it's not silent, obviously, but it is quiet. And that's with all those new high bypass engines, they're just so freaking quiet.
Horizon 2457, maintain visual separation. Runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Okay, we got another Alaska flight that is on the roll, and this is our Fairbanks flight. There they are, 737-900.
Takeoff, maintain visual separation, horizon 24.
You'll notice that this one is much louder than the A220 that just took off.
Line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, American 1471.
United 360, Seattle-Tower, November, cross runway 347, hold short, runway 34 right.
November, cross 347, hold at 34 left, hold 34 right, United 360. 2522, Seattle-Tower, cross runway 347,
cross 34 center, hold short 34 right.
Notice that?
2522.
Alaska 1880,
There's a
contact
difference.
departure, good night.
Departure Alaska 1880, nice.
All right, heading back around. Let's see what we got here. Another Alaska flight. This one is, are they on arrival? Nope, nope. They're heading out to Billings, Montana. This is in 175. Okay, I got them already. There they are.
Alaska 644, they give you a better time, 0415. Just continue for runway 34 right.
Okay, thanks. So we'll just continue for 34 right. Yeah, we got that CPDLC for Alaska 644, thanks.
President
Planes
2457,
end up
contact
as
departure, good night.
tiny little mosquitoes on the stream when they get this high and this far down. But
American 1471, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
if you haven't gotten your share of E175s, there's another one for you.
1459, civil tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 34 right, Alaska 14.
Okay. Wow, we got so many. I don't know if, let me see if I can, you gotta see this. I don't know if you can. No, you probably can't. So we've got right above here, we've got a flight on arrival, got another one behind the tree, we've got two more back there. I think the autofocus might be messing with us, but excuse me, we've got four aircraft on arrival for the 34 left right now. Okay, headed out to Miami. This is 321 American
1459, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
1471.
Clear for takeoff 34 Alaska 1459.
So 736, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up wait, Alaska 736.
American 1471, contact departure, good night.
Departure, good night, American 1471.
And that was that was actually 321 Neo. Hence the quieter engines. Those high bypass engines are just so much more
2327,
quiet.
Seattle Tower, cross runway
They
34
just have to
center,
be
hold short, runway
massive.
34 right. You'll occupy the center runway
And
for
they
a
don't
moment.
fit underneath a lot of airplanes.
And hold short 34 right. We'll occupy for a little bit. Horizon.
Let's see. We got next up. We got an Alaska flight. This is headed to Salt Lake City. This is Alaska 1459, 737-900. Popping out from behind the tree here momentarily. There they are. What a really nice evening here.
Alaska 736, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 34 right, Alaska 736.
Got 3290, take the right lane, runway 34 right, line up and wait, traffic will cross.
Alright, take the right lane, line up and wait for 34 right, it's got 3290.
Alaska 1459, contact departure, good night.
Go departure 1459.
All right. Let's see where our British Airways is. Because they've been messing with us tonight. Well, they're still, they're in line.
34 center, hold short 34 right.
All right, we have another. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because I'm taking one for the team. We're going to hang out until this British Airways, till this 777-300ER gets up on out of here. They're moving. Well, they were moving.
United 360, traffic in position, go behind the 747.
But they are
cross
moving.
Runway 34 right,
So,
12.7.
Okay, so this is Seattle-Reno.
27 United 360.
Where are they at? There they are. This is a 737-800.
American 2522, traffic in position, cross runway 34 right, ground point 7.
Cross 34 right, ground point 7, American 2522.
Delta 373, cross runway 34 right, ground point 7.
Cross 34 right, ground point 7, Delta 373.
Present 2327, cross runway 34 right, ground point 7.
Cross 34 right, ground point 7, horizon 26.
736, contact departure, good night.
Departure, 736.
There they go. Back down around. Let's see. We've got multiple flights here. Okay. Next up is a Sun Country, another Sun Country, headed up to Minneapolis. 737-800. So as you can probably tell, it's getting a little bit dark out here. But we're going to make it some adjustments. Try and keep it nice and light. because I want to catch. Okay, so the British Airways has taken a southbound turn.
Sun Country 290, wind 3407, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Oh no, you got to be kidding me.
Sun Country,
And then and then okay.
Alaska
Change of plans, guys.
Runway 34
So
right,
there's a
line
cargo
convoy
Lux 747 400 freighter
right,
right behind the British Airways. So that was what I was waiting for, and that will be what we wrap on. So we have 6 aircraft that are waiting before that cargo Lux goes, but that's what we're going to end on, and I think that's an amazing, get a 747 freighter in here, wrap up on that. Yes, we're going to do that. So hang tight. We got, right now, the Sun Country flight is, like I said, it's headed to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Should be coming in the frame right about now. There it is.
34 right, clear for takeoff, Alaska 704.
644, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
All right, land on 34 right, last 644.
Sun Country 290, contact departure, good night.
I want to thank everybody for joining. I think this is probably one of our busiest streams to date, which is awesome, even though it's probably not our most varied, but it's cool to see so many people tuning in. So thank you all for joining tonight as we kind of work our way towards the end of the evening here at Seattle International, formerly known as SeaTac. They don't call it SeaTac anymore. It's called Seattle International Airport.
462, Seattle Tower, back taxi on runway 34
All right,
center.
next flight coming up out of here is Seattle to Las Wages. There they are.
Kilo, hold short at 34 right, Alaska.
And they are. It's another one. They getting up out of here late.
Clear to go 34 right, Alaska 644.
Normally, you go to Las Vegas with a decent amount of money, but these guys are both close. The one that was earlier and this one now.
Alaska 704.
Get up on out of here. Maybe this isn't the season for gambling, or maybe people are just not bringing a bunch of money on the airplane with them. A bunch of cash. Okay. I want to thank everybody for joining. You know, it's so cool to see so many people coming in tonight. Yeah, it's really cool to see so many people coming in. Okay, so this is another, this is Seattle to Phoenix, obviously Seattle, 737-900, 900 noisy 900. I'm going to come up with all kinds of nicknames for these planes.
489, runway 34 clear for takeoff.
34 right, clear takeoff, Alaska Point.
Horizon 2147, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait, report to 737, departing in Tanker, southeastbound.
Lightweight 34 right, airport in sight, or aircraft in sight, Horizon 2147.
Alaska 644, contact departure, good night.
Good night, Alaska 644.
Okay, come back around. Getting there, gang. We're getting there. So next flight is another Alaska.
Horizon 2040, Seattle Tower, back taxi on
this
runway
is
34 center
Alaska
to Kilo, hold short, runway 34 right.
489 headed down to Ontario, California. 737 MAX 9. They are on their way of popping out of that tree pretty quickly.
Horizon 2147, maintain visual separation, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 34 right, Horizon 21.
There they are.
47.
Beaver 48, Quebec Heavy, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Hold up, wait, 34 right, Beaver 48, Quebec.
Hello. A little windy up there? All right, next up, British Airways.
49, contact departure, good night.
That's 49, good night.
Finally, British Airways followed by the Cargo Lux. So we got our
American
closers, folks.
Cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
Cross 34 center, short 34 right, American
The Alaska flight, I'm not going to even bother. It's a 175 headed to Calgary. Sorry, if you're in Calgary, love you guys, but no, I'm not going to worry about that. So next up is a British Airways 777-300 headed to Heathrow.
2147, contact departure, good night.
Departure Horizon 2147, good night.
So I'm going to sound what we call the heavy alert, which is not really a heavy alert. It's just a little, what we call a stinger in the business. But we'll do that once because we have two heavies back to back, and then we're going to call it from there.
46 Charlie Heavy, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up and wait, Congress, 46 Charlie Heavy.
Alaska 268, Seattle Tower, back taxi on runway 34 center to Delta, hold short, runway 34 right.
Back taxi 34 center to Delta, hold short of 34
All right,
right.
British Airways on the roll.
Here it comes! Get ready for the heavy!
All right, here we go. Should be coming into view any moment.
Tower evening, Skywest 3832, 7
There
mile
they are.
final, 34 right.
Skywest 3832, Seattle Tower, caution, wake turbulence, heavy Boeing 747, will depart prior to arrival, traffic in position, wind 350 at Niner, runway 34 right, clear to land.
34 right, clear to land, Skywest 3832.
Vapor 48, Quebec Heavy, contact departure, good night. Marco 46 Charlie Heavy, runway 34 right, United 1577, Seattle Tower, November, cross runway 34 center, hold short, runway 34 right.
All right, next up
Cross 34 center, short 34 right, 91577.
is our grand finale. And they are on the roll. I want to thank everybody for joining tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. What a pleasure it's been. You are watching Go Flying. My name is Rainy Cajun. This is Seattle International Airport. Please subscribe to the channel. We look forward to seeing you in the future for multiple streams to come. So in the meantime, enjoy this 747 Queen of the Skies on takeoff.
Hold short, 34 right, Horizon 2313.
Alaska 462, traffic's on a 3-mile final, cross runway 34 right, taxi to 55 and contact the ramp.
All right, cross 34 right, taxi 55 and ramp, Alaska 462.
American 751, cross runway 34 right, traffic 3-mile final, ground point 7.
Cross 34 right, ground 7, American 751.
Alaska 268, cross runway 34 right, ground point 7, traffic 3-mile final.
Cross 34 right, ground, Alaska 268.
Alaska 481, cross runway 34 right, traffic 2-mile final, expedite, contact ground.
Okay, clear across 34 right, we'll expedite, contact ground, plus 41.
Cargolux 46 Charlie Heavy, contact departure, good night.
Good night, Cargolux 46 Charlie.
That'll do it, gang. Y'all take care. Have a good evening. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. We will see you around.
Charlie, Buckle, Charlie, Sierra, Papa with the traffic.
Helicopter traffic through cross here, center line 300 feet now, no factor. 127 back. Runway 1 forward, left, 20 feet ballpark. 5 degrees arrival for 1 left, 40 feet to ballpark. 227 Mike, thanks for the patience. Crossing wind with 32070, runway 14 right, clear for takeoff, Al-Qaeda departure approved.